Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Cocktail Lounge. It's your man, Spin Nation, Sean Patrick Nolan, along with my two fine friends, Riders Up Tim and the Formula. How you guys doing tonight, my friends?
Doing well there. Doing well, Sean. Thank you. Thank you. Hope you had a good New Year. Hope you had a good Christmas. And
Definitely
to
did.
everyone else
Definitely,
out there, hope you enjoyed the same or whatever holiday you celebrate. Hope you had a good one.
absolutely. How about you, Tim?
Doing great here in Kentucky. I spent 3 days digging out of the snow and ice, and just when I get my driveway and sidewalk clear, here it comes again tomorrow.
Zach, and definitely before we start, we definitely want to send our prayers to both the people out in California and Tim, the Midwest and Kansas and Louisville, and those guys who are still digging out or trying to,
Yeah.
hopefully we can bring you a couple of hours of a joy during a very tough time. But our thoughts and prayers are foremost with all of you guys. So
For
just
sure.
wanted to get that out of there. But hope everyone's well. And tonight we are heading down to Vinton, Louisiana, to Delta Downs, and our good friend Don Stevens on the mic down there.
Going
And
to the bayou.
the Bayou. Yeah, exactly. We're looking forward to it. And we already got Ryan Gallivan. We got Alex. We got Bobby D. Everyone's ready to go. This is exciting.
I think so. Yeah.
This is exciting. So, yeah, and the first race went off, and Tim has already got one exacta tonight, and Formula would have gotten the exacta, so we're off to a good start, and let's keep that rolling if we
Yeah. Let's
can.
keep it going.
So the second race, we'll go right into it because we don't have that much time. We do have time, but Mile claiming 4,000, purse 11,000 for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up, which have not won a race in 2024. So that's kind of like Tim's non-one, but they just haven't won in 24. Exactly. So, and yeah, we got. Let's just quickly go back here. Bobby D was in early with his. He's got win on the 6 and an exacta 4-1, 4-12, 7. Win on the 5 in race 2. Alex checking in. Ryan Gallivan, my man from Boston. How are you? Todd. Got Bobby. Yep. Bob Jackson doing well. Definitely let's make some money. We got Tom. Tom's back tonight. Hopefully Tom will give us some. He's excited. We're back on dirt tonight. So hopefully Tom will give us some great factors on the Delta Downs to help us out like he always does. And Joe T, definitely prayers for all the folks in LA for sure. So great to have you all with us. All right, as usual, Tim, you'll take the first race. Exactly. All right, Formula. Who did you like here in race 2, my friend?
Yeah. I'm going through it now. I don't handicap Delta Downs very often here,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
got a couple slates that I've recently done. So I'll just
Okay.
go through it real quickly here.
Yeah.
Interesting. So 8 furlongs.
Yep.
The horse that seems the most pace forward, the only one is going to be the 5. I did not pick the 5.
Okay.
I do think it has a pace advantage here, though. So it's interesting to me to call out the 5, but I still don't have him in my top 3. If I go 4 deep, I'll throw in the 5. So I'm kind of working backwards here.
Yeah.
But let's start at the top. I do like the 1 horse. Like I said, a lot of these horses sit pretty far back. The 1 horse is a little bit closer and does have some closing power. I've got him having a little bit of an improvement lately. I like the number we're getting on the 1 here. I tell you, 1 horse I am passing up here. It might shock some people is the 4. Currently at close to even money. It was 1-1. Now it's 6-5. I'm passing the 4 here.
Okay.
I'm going to go straight to the 1 horse. In the last 10 races, 3 wins, 6 times in the money. But probably has been a while based on what you said was the criteria for this race. So I'm going 1-7. And then I'm going back over to the 2 here. So I'm pulling out some value here. 1, 7, and 2 are my top plays here. And I guess if you're going to add in another one, I'm still skipping the 4 and going for the 5. So hoping to hit a big one here.
Love it. There you go. Okay. Perfect. All right, in this race, and for those that don't know, thank you to our friend who told us that about this earlier. It is a wet fast track tonight, so it's a little bit of a different surface tonight. We'll see how wet it is, obviously. But yep. So my first pick tonight was the 7 Hardly Mischievous. Isai Gonzalez and P. Ramirez on the outside. This horse is out of tonalist, out of mischievous champ into mischief. I mean, you can't get much better breeding than that in Louisiana. That's not a lot of, but the horses run twice in the wet and come in third, but has run 2 solid races in it, including an Ellis versus 10,000. So clearly he likes the mud. I think this could be the right group in the sandbox to meet here. I think he gets the mile, which I think he will appreciate, and he will be very tough to beat here. My second pick was the 3 Crystal Crescent. I did like the fact that this horse. Now, I said this to Tim before the show. It's so imperative in Louisiana. There are horses that like Evangeline but don't like Delta, but love. There's like 3 different tracks down there. Some of them love some and hate the other ones. So it's very important to know who are the ones who like Delta Downs, especially with its setup, kind of bull ring setup. But I do know that the 3 has faced much better. And the mud races is 4 for 10 in the mud, but has run against better. So I think maybe versus this group, could definitely find a liking to this group. And then my third pick was actually Rain, the 5 John Bernard J. Figno. This horse didn't run a great race last time, faced some of these guys, but he's 4 for 10 in the wet with a second and 2/3. So clearly somewhere in the back, this horse didn't mind an off track at all. So I figured that he would be pretty solid. So I was 7, 3, and 5 here.
So it's interesting that you're both fading the 4.
Yeah,
because
Here's my 4th pick.
Because I'm fading the 4.
Yeah.
Wow, really? That's
yeah,
cool.
and I was really happy because I didn't think anybody would pick my horse, and then the formula had him second, and Sean's got him on top. So or her.
Yeah.
I love the 7 here. I think the 7 looks really good in this spot. I totally agree with everything Sean said. I think this is the right spot. Obviously, the conditions here, this is not a stellar group. So I get why the 4 is taking money, but the 4 has been running strictly on the turf, and I need to see a little bit better dirt form. The horse is 0 for 1 on the wet. So let's fade the 4 and see if we can get this 7 home at a little bit of a price. And currently we're sitting at 4 to 1. So not too bad there. I did look at the double will pays. The 4 is leading the double will pays, but the 7 is second. So definitely looks like that the 7 did take some money in the horizontals as well. So take a look. I'm taking a look as they hit the track here, but trying to look and talk at the same time. I'm from Kentucky. I'm not sure I can do that, but I had trouble behind the 7 because I think that it's pretty wide open and the odds show that. The interesting thing to me was the 2 in here, Lacey's Jewel, who was on a 12 to 1 morning line. And it's actually taken some money, was 5 to 1 as I was getting ready to say it, and just clicked up to 6 to 1, but pretty even odds. The 1's 8, the 2 and 3 are 6. The 4 is a huge favorite and is going to have to show me. And the 5 is another one that I kind of like in here a little bit. So I think we're all pretty similar. It's just taking a look here and figuring out how we approach this one.
Yep. And Paul Nolan, how are you, my friend? Hope everything's good over there in Ireland. Dennis Trusty, how are you, my friend? And this is the one that I definitely want to say to our friend Jen Ochoa. Her husband is a firefighter in these fires right now. Last time I talked to her, he had been 36 hours without sleep. And to him and all his people who are doing just yeoman's work, Jen, welcome to us. Hopefully we can give a couple of great hours of enjoyment for you, but to him and everybody else who's fighting that, thank you so much, my friend.
I mean, I can't even imagine the people who were able to do that. 36 hours straight physical work. Ooh, the two's getting a little wily there. But to me, that's just incredible, just amazing stuff that those people are able to do, and such good work, blessed work for the people that really need it now. So hats off to her husband. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Ryan's on the 7 as well. And Tom gives us bull ring setup, and the famous Sabine Sand service makes Delta a good horse for course track. So that's very important information. Thank you, Tom. And Jen's a little bit on there's no 8 here. So.
All right.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Ryan Gallivan and I are both up in Boston. We've luckily had no snow, but it's felt like -4 like every single day.
Yeah, that's about what we're getting here in Chicago as well.
Yeah.
I mean, just like thin layers of snow. We're not getting pounded like we're seeing. Turfway and Oak Lawn have been pounded, and other areas like that. But it's been cold, that's for sure. We're getting down to the teens before they even measure the wind chill, or the real feel, as they call it now.
Exactly. And James White's got a 135 exacta box win in place in the 5. Good luck, James. Always great to have you.
I'm curious to see what some of these probables are as we talk through it, because the horses I'm looking at have pretty long prices.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking at is the probables. As you guys were talking there, I'm looking at all. So the lowest in the exacta pool is a 4-7. 4-7's paying 5-1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, the ones I'm looking at are all, let's see, 30's the lowest. I'm looking at 68 with the 3 horses. I'm doing personally a 3-horse exacta box here with the 7 and the 1 and the 2.
Yeah, and great for Jen. She said that her husband got 6 hours sleep last night. He's back at it.
Good.
A little shell shock looking at all the destruction, but the show is a good distraction. We're glad to be there for
glad
you.
Glad to hear that. Yeah, glad to hear that.
For sure.
All right, they're headed to the gate here, gentlemen. I think we need to get rolling.
Yeah.
Here's what we're going to do. I think the exactas are paying pretty well, and I like the 7 a lot. So we're going to start out nice and easy, a little $10 wager. We're going to play a $2 exacta 7 all. Even if we get home the 7-5 favorite, we make money.
Yep, love it.
7 on top,
or 7-4. Excuse me. Yes, yeah. I'm not doing it both ways. Just 7 on top. I like it that much.
All right.
Okay. Yep. Boy, that track looks more than wet fast.
It does. Looked a little sloppy.
Yeah, especially when they're all wearing galoshes and he's got an umbrella up.
So
now, when the horses were warming up, though, I didn't see a lot of kick up.
No, I didn't either. Exactly. So maybe that's a good. Yeah. Well, that's that service that Tom was talking about. Maybe that absorbs better than the average. Is Sabine Dirt maybe absorbs better than the average one?
$10 total on that.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to step over here. I got a big shadow on me, so I'm going to try to get another light going here.
No problem. They're all in the gate. And they're off.
Pretty even break from the middle of the 4. Wants to show a little speed. The 1 from the inside also showing speed. The 7 broke outward a little bit and is going to be mid-pack as they come out of the chute there. The 5 is now out front. The 4 is going to be just about a length and a half off that one down on the inside rail and just tips to the outside. The 7 has made up room and is sitting back into 3rd. We've got the 1 down on the rail in 4th position. The 3 is outside that one, and the 2 is currently about 12 lengths off the lead. They hit the quarter in 24 flat. Rain in the rain out front. At 9-5, got about a 3-length lead over Miss Cajun Queen. It's another 2 lengths back to Hardly Mischievous. Down inside on the rails, Kozolani, but Kozolani is just being passed for 4th position. They went to the half, 48-4. The 5 Rain still holding on up top, but they are starting to close the gap. And here comes Hardly Mischievous with the move as they hit the turn. Hardly Mischievous takes over first position.
Big
It is
time.
the 5, Rain, still holding on in second. Miss Cajun Queen now starting to make a move, but still has a lot of work to do as she's got about 6 lengths on Hardly Mischievous to make up. Hardly Mischievous, 114-3 to the 6 furlongs as they hit the top of the stretch. Hardly
Someone passed
Mischievous
the
out
5.
front. Looks like this exacta may be home free. Let's get a price home for second.
Let's get a price.
7
Put the 2 up there.
pulling away.
2 or the 1. Give me the 2 or the 1.
Give me something long.
3.
Yeah. 3. Okay. That's still good.
Better than the 5.
7-3 was 18-1, and we got it for 2.
All right. See, there you go. All right. Great way to start.
Yeah, nice work, Tim.
Pretty Mischievous. 5-2. I think that was a gift on that horse.
I do
really
too.
do.
Loved
Yeah.
it.
You know?
Did
Loved
you see
it.
how much
Loved
the
it.
5 got bet down? 9
Yeah.
to 5. They
Yeah.
ended up
Yeah, I
going
know.
off
Yeah.
as
That
the
was my, yeah. I was 7-3. Yeah, 7-3-5 there.
Yeah.
7 is moving. Yeah, Ryan, definitely was.
Dennis tried to take our bet and save himself a couple of bucks.
There you go. There you go. Thank you, Jen.
He just threw out the 4 there. Smart move.
Thank you. Yep, Joe T.
Thanks,
Great job,
everyone.
Tim.
Way to go, Joe. Hope everyone tagged along. That was a pretty decent hit.
Yeah, nice
I'll
hit.
take 18.5 to 1.
Hey, heck yeah.
No kidding.
That's fantastic.
Should be
Great way to start.
$37, $2 exacta.
Start out in the plus column.
And what's everybody drinking tonight in the cocktail lounge?
Well, I got myself a Hot Butcher, double India Pale Ale, 7.5% with Azaca, Matuka, and Citra hops.
There you go.
I'm having a Velvet Merkin. You ever heard? You heard of Firestone Walker?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
So they're awesome brewery out in California. So
Yeah.
thought I went down in the cellar and brought up a couple of those Firestone Walkers that I had. This is an oatmeal stout.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Not too shabby.
Yeah,
There you
those are
go.
delicious.
Kyle Graves.
Shout
how
out
are
to
you?
Razor in the chat. Razor doesn't know it's a
Razor
call,
is in the house.
but we just hit the exacta and race one at Delta Downs. Cash
Yeah.
it.
Happy New Year, Razor, to you, my friend. Spare and Sogi.
I was telling the guys today in the chat that I tagged along on Razor's broadcast yesterday. I was in the chat and following his bets and adding a couple of horses here and there, and we finished pretty strong. Took down in the last race the exacta, the pick 3, the pick 4 is just like cha-ching, cashing tickets, making money.
That was a Delta as
Yeah.
well. I think that's
No, that was Gulfstream.
Gulfstream. Okay.
Yeah, that was Gulfstream.
There you go.
So if you have not checked out Razor's broadcast, make sure you do it. He's normally on most days through the week. He was a little under the weather today and didn't broadcast, but check him out on YouTube. Razor Sharp Picks.
Yeah, and hope you feel better, Razor. So let's see. We got Alex is drinking Steel Reserve beer. Smargan is drinking Carlsberg.
Heard
Kyle
of that.
Graves is drinking Cooperstown whiskey.
All
Joe
right.
T is not drinking at all because he's working until 1 a.m. So, okay, we got that. And Smirnoff, you got Kingfisher beer. There we go.
Oh, yeah, the Kingfisher.
Yeah.
Is that an Indian beer?
I don't know.
Beer from India? I thought.
There you go.
Maybe,
So we got
maybe I'm
everything.
wrong.
Dennis has got a question. Thoughts on indoor paddocks winner's circles? We don't have that question to ask often or don't think about it. Parks has an inside winner's circle during the winter. They come in and do it in the paddock. Woodbine has indoor paddock and Parks has an indoor paddock and seems to work just fine. So, yeah, I've never had not too many tracks have it, but it doesn't seem to be too much of an issue.
So, gentlemen, we paid $2 exacta, paid $24.80.
Not as much as we hope, but better.
No,
than,
evidently
Elizabeth.
evidently mine hadn't updated because all of a sudden now it shows what they just put up on the board because I went back and looked at it and it just now updated. So,
All right.
late call money, taking our money again, but still we cashed
Great job. Yeah.
plus $14.80.
Joe T says, try the Red Horse beer from Phil's. It will kick your butt. Strong freaking beer. Exactly. Rodney, congratulations on hitting the stable duel, my friend. If you haven't gotten your money, I would go on Twitter and find Stable Duel and message them and say that you haven't gotten your money, and they will definitely get that for you if you haven't seen it already. For sure. Good job, Paul.
Well done.
There you go.
Well done, Paul Nolan. Nice job.
There you go. Always like to see a Nolan winning money.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. So we get to turn the page nicely here with a win. And Formula, you're going to take this one, my good man?
Sure, I will.
Awesome. Okay.
I'll use some of Tim's winnings on this one here.
And this one's actually an exciting one. Race 3, Delta Downs, 7.5 furlongs. State bred maiden special weight, 43K for accredited Louisiana breds 3-year-olds. So these are the 2-year-olds who are just have become 3-year-olds.
Okay.
An exciting group for sure.
Oh, maiden special weight. We've got one firster.
Yep. It's a little exciting here.
We've got a couple second timers, 3 second timers.
This is exciting. Yep.
What am I buying into here? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna have to recalibrate myself here as I go through. couple dropping in class significantly. Wow, there's a lot to talk about here.
Oh, absolutely.
I am curious to hear where you guys are going. Whenever you got a chance.
Tim, what did you like here, my good man?
This 4 is going to be tough in here. The one thing that I don't know is how well the horse is going to take to the wet track. So I am going to try to beat the 4. The 4 was initially my top pick when I handicapped the race until seeing that it's wet fast down there now. So I think if anybody can do it, here we are again, lucky sevens. I think this horse is a star guitar. Overall actually has a higher winning percentage on wet dirt than on dry dirt for all of his offspring. I think that this is a horse that could like the wet track, has had one race on the wet, but that was in the mud at Louisiana Downs. And these are different tracks, and the mud is different than wet fast in a big way. Also like the Delta Downs bullet there back on the 31st of December. That looks pretty nice. So the 7's going to be my top pick. I am going to stick with the 4 underneath that. And then if I had to throw in one more, again, I don't like the price very much, but I think that I don't know. I guess I'm going to stick with the 8. The 8 is the horse I originally had, and I went back and forth, and I'm trying to look across the board as I do it, because that was my originally pick before seeing that it was going to be wet fast. So So the 8 is definitely going to be tough in here, as Dennis just said, but I don't agree that they ain't beating the 8. I think they definitely can beat the 8, and I'm going to try to beat the 8 with the 7 over the 4 and the 8.
Okay.
That's Tim. 7, 4, and 8.
Yes. All right. Yeah. And here I am with the 8. Star Guitar.
Are you?
Jerry Delhomme. For anyone who is a big football fan, this is the brother of Jake Delhomme, who was the quarterback for Carolina in the Super Bowl. And his brother actually owns this horse, which is interesting. But Tim Thornton takes over. This horse ran a really nice, acknowledges a really good horse, actually, in the Louisiana. And he came in second to him. I know it was 9 lengths, but that's a really good Brad Cox horse. So I think you have to say, when you lose by 9, but it's a huge blowout, that's usually a feather in the second place's cap, and so. And he's out of Star Guitar. I don't think the wet will be a major problem for him. He was my first pick. My second pick was my first deal, the 4 It's out of Munnings. It's out of El Diablo, who's out of Munnings. And Munnings, as we know, Spatestown and Munnings were always known as the mud freaks in the group. Much improved second at Delta Downs. I'll throw out that October race. Never even was in there, but ran a game second. So the Munnings part should help him in the mud. And my third pick was Tim's pick. Sweet Talking Slick. I'll just throw that race completely out at Louisiana Down. Something one right there has run two very solid races at there and against Star Guitar. So mine was 8, 4, and 7 here in the race 3.
Okay. Tim goes 748. You go 847.
Yeah.
My area code.
There you go. Say hey, Vince Watson. How are you?
Is my area code. Sorry, that's my current area code. Jeez. Okay. Guys, I think I've got an idea of what I'm doing. I'm going to milk it for a little bit longer here since we got 13 minutes.
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
And by the way, thank you to Trusty. That acknowledges the Rapoli horse. By the way, yeah. I had the wrong. Yeah, that's a Rapoli horse who ran a very good race.
Yeah, look, there's no denying it was a good race, but that was the fairgrounds. The Delta Downs is definitely a different surface. So
the firstie is in the house.
The firstie. Yes.
What's up, my man? Happy New Year.
How's it going, firstie? Happy New Year to you.
And I do like the Star Guitar. I just like the other one.
Yeah, absolutely, and the better value too.
Better value.
And has a couple more races under the belt. I'm going to throw out the first race in the mud. Then they tried the turf 2 times, and the horse didn't like the turf. But these last 2 races at Delta Downs have been pretty good. So
absolutely, yes, yes, sir.
But it's hard to go beyond those 3 horses in my mind.
I agree.
I've got a 4th horse that I think because of the mud.
Yep.
Is it the one?
I like the jockey. No, it's not actually. The 3 horse. The 3 horse is the other one that is pulling my attention.
Okay.
There's tremendous value on that horse, in my opinion. A horse that got closer to the pace last time. I got to take a look at the odds here, but I actually didn't have the 8. I had 4, 7, and I had the 3. So whatever I do here, I think it's going to include those 4 horses, probably maybe in a trifecta box, since I love doing those. 14-1 on that 3 right now. But yeah, those are really. Those are the 4 horses, in my opinion. And granted, we've got we've got 1 firster and then 3 second-time horses here. So that kind of skews it a little bit, right? First time out for a lot of these horses, especially a Delta Downs horse, you're going to get a low speed figure. You're going to get maybe a bad performance, not indicative of what they do the second time out, the third time out. You're going to see some sort of rise here. So it's also figuring out who's going to have that rise. I think if there is a horse that does have the rise, you mentioned the 1, Tim. I think that's a horse just based on my numbers for scoring the jockey, trainer, and sire. That one comes out tops for me, despite the super low speed figure first time out. But it did go through. Yeah, Cairo Prince. What else we got here? Gellner is the trainer. I'm really talking myself into that. Vincente Del Cid is the jockey.
Yeah.
That's a horse that if there's one that is going to rise above its previous speed figures, it's going to be that one.
Yeah, and the thing about the one that gets me is the wet surface numbers. I think that that and getting Del Cid up, I kind of like that combination. This is a horse that I think might like the wet surface here, Cairo Prince.
And look at this one. Look what Tom says here. Look at the 3 a little. Imperial Hens progeny are 2 for 3 on the wet Delta surface.
Tom, you're speaking my language.
Look at that.
Speaking my language. Yeah, and I do have a mud score on this horse. Not huge, but it's one of the few. I've got the Lee Harvey Oswald special. Who called it? Who called it?
Yeah.
Too funny. Too funny.
Welcome in, Alex.
Welcome in, Alex. Welcome.
Bobby D's got 7-6 with 153.
The 6 isn't a horse that we've talked a lot about or at all. The 6, that is the firster of the race. So I guess you're putting a lot of your faith in Hey, I don't see a whole lot in the rest of the field here, so I might as well add him in. Coming from Competitive Edge. Decent score on that horse. Yeah, do I go with the jockey trainer sire combination there, or do I go with what my numbers say in the mud? And what Tom said here. I think I'm going to go with the 3. But it's just, if I'm going to do this right, save myself a little bit, do a key box. Who do I key in there? It sounds like the 8 makes the most sense to key. Although my instincts tell me, well, not my instincts, but 3, 7, 8. Let's see. We'll wait for the numbers to pan out a little bit here. We got 8 minutes to post, and I'm rambling on here. Who else has some thoughts in? I'm just a patsy. Yeah. Who else has some thoughts in comment land?
Alex says 4 over 3, 7, 8 trifecta.
Yeah, that's close to what I'm thinking about there, Alex. I think
so. Interestingly, I was just looking at Don. Don just posted his picks as the horses are in the paddock. He's going 8, 1, 7, 4.
I see it. It's going to be you have to, yeah, there it is, 8174. You have to project the rise there. I see Don is looking at what I'm probably looking at.
Yep. That's why when you said you were adding one more horse, that's why I said the 1, because that's the one that I thought that could definitely wake up on the wet surface.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you can't really look at the numbers. You have to project ahead. What can this horse do next?
I thought it was interesting.
I did too. Thought it was very interesting. Yeah, but we got some time here. We can get a few more chats going.
Good to go.
Excuse me.
And in the meantime, maybe I can get creative and find something else here.
Yes, absolutely.
Like do something really, really tricky.
Paul Nolan wants his 3. He's 40 to 1 with bet 365.
Yeah. And Jen's excited. She finally gets an Ocho in this race.
Alex, there's a joke there somewhere, but I'm going to stay away.
Yes.
Uncle Sully's in the house.
Uncle Sully. Yeah, Jen, I'm with you. I don't like the 8 at 4 to 5.
This one is going to be the end of me, but can't have them all, can you?
No. And it's just like we've said in the past. I find it difficult to take a 4 to 5 horse in a group of maidens where I don't know.
Yeah.
I get what everybody's saying about the one race for the 8, but different track, different circumstances. So definitely could come in and blow the doors off everybody in this field. But
Rodney loves this 4 to hear steal this gate to wire.
I'm not so sure the 7 isn't out there in front as well. I'm really nuts.
This is
one of the things.
What's that race?
All right, guys, I got it. You can do the picks in.
Let's do it.
I wrote it right after you said it. I'm going to make the 7 my key. Just value out of the 7. In a world where the 8 does fade.
Is that what you say? In a world
where the 8 fades. And the 7 reigns supreme, and all the other horses fall into place, and we get a great payout.
Yes.
Yeah, 7-3-4 sounds better than 8 and anything else. So that's what we're going with here. It's a try key box. 7 has to be in there, but it can be 1, 2, or 3. It doesn't have to be on top. The rest of them fill in. So 7 could be third, and we get the 3 and the 4, and we still win. This is a 50-cent trifecta. In total, it does cost us $9.
Okay.
So we're still in the positive even after placing bet.
And after that, we're going to be even more in the positive.
After that, it's going to be wild. I mean, we're going to be in new area codes, and I'm no longer going to be 847, and it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. See,
that's how you do it.
Love it.
Unless the one ruins my day, but we're not talking about that.
No.
Not going there.
And we know that no one has bet that horse. The only reason he's 10-1 is because Mike W. sees Vincente del Cid. And that's horses are on the track.
There we go.
3 minutes to post.
7 looks very good on the track.
So Jen, now that the 8 is not 4-5, who are you going with this race?
Trusty has a question.
Trusty has a question.
Curious to see where he goes there. Yeah, Jen, you're not getting the Ocho with the price, unfortunately. Not this race.
Yeah,
1-1.
No, exactly. Yeah.
If you go perfect tonight, does that mean we're doing both Delta and Turfway?
No.
No.
Yeah.
There you go. There you have it. And there you are.
No.
It's not going to be both because that leads to bad things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Doing 2 tracks at one time. Dennis, I know you can do 86 tracks, including Australia at one time, but most of us, exactly. That
when we're putting on a show, it's tough. Yeah.
We're only human.
So I gotta do my geography here, but Delta Downs, I believe that's in southern Louisiana, close to the Texas border. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. Vinton, Louisiana.
Which is close to Lake Charles, Louisiana.
I believe so.
Yeah. So the gentleman, my best friend from college, who designed the Trust the Profits logo, lives very close to Delta Downs. He lives in Lake Charles. Yeah, my buddy Ron.
So to get to Delta Downs, if you fly into New Orleans, right? It takes like 2.5, 3 hours. Yeah, you could almost fly into Houston and almost be the same, same kind of way.
Exactly.
Yeah, either way, it's gonna be 2 hours either way for you.
Yeah, he's in one of those areas where we tried to get him to visit, and it's just difficult to get to a good flight. I think it's 2 hours to Houston or something like that. A little bit closer to Houston maybe than New Orleans.
Yes, it is. Yep. Ryan just said it's 4 hours away from the fairgrounds, so it is closer to Houston. Yep.
Yeah, and you better hope that there's no accidents on 10 in that part where it's like bridge built on swamp for miles and miles.
Yes,
like the causeway that goes out to Mandeville.
Absolutely.
That's not part of 10, I don't think, though, but still, like one of those types of bridges. There's an accident out there, you can be in a real standstill because it's hard to get around the swamp. And the Bayou Gators, yes, you got to look out for the Gators.
Gotta watch out for Water Boy.
And the Cajun people, you got to look out for the Cajuns. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to look out for down there, that's for sure.
Yep.
We haven't even gotten into the politicians yet, right? You got to look out for them as well.
Yep. And Captain Insano.
Yeah. All right, we're up to 103 viewers right now. Make sure you hit that like button, people. We would love to see that. 103. Love to see it.
Are we even on X tonight? I don't even know if we're even on X tonight.
Yeah, we should be connected with Collins.
Okay. Oh, good.
I've been connecting us.
Yeah. Speaking of that area, though, I think you can get fitted pretty well down there for a pair of concrete shoes.
Possible. Anything is possible. All right, the odds are getting slashed on some of these horses. So 3-2 on the 8, so it's above even money, but the 4 is knocked down now at 2-1. And
the 4 is definitely dropping. I'm telling you, I love the 1 thing that I said while we were talking was that I really didn't see much past 4, 7, and 8, and I'm really starting to think that my own personal bet maybe I just want to box those 3 and make it simple.
Yeah, that might be the way to go. You thinking about doing an exacta trifecta like we did? Something else?
I think just a try box the 3 is what I'm going to do. 4, 7, 8. I mean, that still means we're winners, and I hope we get the 3 home because I bet that one. But I just think,
yeah, I mean, there's a couple. If you look at the exacta boxes under the 8, The 7 and the 4 with the 8 give you $7. That's the lowest right now in terms of exacta boxes, and they're loading up, by the way.
Yep. Tom
Yep.
said they're both
40
built next to the Texas border, and yeah.
We didn't talk too much about pace. Got a couple horses that were getting closer to the pace recently. So it looks like the 7 likes to sit pretty close to the pace, but you got 2 other horses here, the 3 and the 4, that have been getting closer. So to me, that usually means improvement, especially at the maiden level.
Yes.
A horse like the 4, horse like the 3 getting closer to the pace means they're getting off to a better start. So that's one of the indicators I had on the 3 that maybe this is the day for him to pop.
Yeah,
and they're
I've got
off.
7 and 4, and they are off. The 7 looks like he does want to go to the lead down on the
Yeah,
inside.
he does.
1 is a little bit right there. The 4 is starting to make a move inside, and they are battling early on in the race.
3, 4, 7, 8.
Lock it in, guys.
Is this a quarter horse race? We won.
Yeah, they're done, right?
Line. I think the 3 was in front.
Yeah.
But right now, 3 wide and going even wider into the turn as they hit the quarter, and 23 and 1 is the 7 horse Sweet Talking Slick got pushed really wide down on the inside. That's the 3 horse, which they don't even have on the board here. But
yeah, they got the 2 instead. They made a mistake.
The 4, my first deal, is going to now from between horses put a nose in front. Just as I say that, Sweet Talking Slick pulls up just outside that one. The 3, Friendly Hint, is down on the inside. It's another 2 links back to same play in 4th. Then another link to the 8 in 5th. Up front, they go
7.
to the half and 48 flat. It's the 3, Friendly Hint, down on the inside, hanging right there. But just outside that one, my first deal, Sweet Talking Slick is inching closer. And here comes same play with a big move as they hit the stretch or hit the turn. Out on the outside, same play, goes to the lead nice and easily as they hit the 3/4, 114 and 2, top of the stretch. Here goes the 8. We need that 7. Get back up there.
I need that 7. Holy crap.
8.
Don't tell me I picked the wrong key.
Pulling away. Gonna win easily. And the 7 is fading.
Much the best. 8, 4, 3.
4 and 3.
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
35 to 1.
Guys, I may have overthought that.
That hurt. That hurt. Yep. Putting the key in the 7 instead of what you said originally with the 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jen, it's the Ocho.
Yeah. Jen had a super. What was it? 8? She had the 3.
1, 3, 4, 6, 7.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, so Jen got the super. Great job, Jen.
Good job, Jen.
And Rodney Evans got hit the exact and got the winning place in the 4.
Good
nice
job,
job, Rodney. Yeah, and the Rapoli horse that won just got flattered because that 8 just drew away. I mean, I'm not saying this field was stellar, but I'm just saying, you know, the Rapoli horse looks that much better now.
Yeah, and that was a hand ride. Never showed the horse a whip. Won easily. Gear down. Too easy.
Wrong key. I hate when that happens. There's got to be a drop for that somewhere. Oh yeah, there's a drop. I know.
Okay.
I'm going right for it. Not to telegraph my intentions or anything.
Yeah, Jen's gonna help us the 3. I'll definitely help you, Jen. You're super.
Yeah, and that's what makes it even more painful is having the 7 keyed. I mean, we still have the superfecta if you look at it, but having the 7 keyed when we get the 3, the 35 to 1 shot in 3rd, that kind of hurts a little bit.
I know, yeah, exactly.
I even thought about keying that one because that one popped for me a little bit more. So sometimes that means go ahead and key him and just hope that he gets in there. But I wanted to leave it open. Now that I look at the odds, because after I placed it, the odds got slashed on 3 of the horses. I'm wishing I did key that 3 to essentially say, you know, I don't care what happens, just give me the price. But yeah.
Yep. See, he doesn't waver for your formula. Exactly.
Oh man.
It doesn't waver for you.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, it's a chunky.
Yeah. You picked the wrong key.
Definitely.
All right. So what does this pay? I'm just curious to see. Because I mean, the top
It is
two.
the top two, favorites.
I mean, it's
but
not great. It's 1840, so it's not like I'm crying over a
Yeah,
huge
no,
loss
no,
there.
no, exactly.
Yeah.
And from a price standpoint, that was, I think, what I'm saying, but
Yeah. I mean, I could have paid to put them all in there, and we would have
Yeah.
gotten 40 cents. So
Yeah.
here's the thing. It was just a $9 wager, and our bankroll still 105.80.
Yeah, we're doing just fine. And then great handicapping too, formula. You had all the right,
Thank you.
all the
Yeah.
right people,
There's a small win in that. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting the right top four in there, just not picking the right one to hit the top three. But all right. But we turned
How
the
did the
page.
10-cent super only pay $8 with the 35 to 1 in the third?
It was the top four
Yeah.
horses.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Was there a lot of like 847 all or something?
Yeah, I just thought it would be a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying with the 30,
Just
with a 35 to 1 and third, at least I thought it'd pay like 16, 17,
Yeah.
or 18, something like that with a,
Yeah.
Jen made $2, but it's a winner, Jen. Exactly.
For sure.
Good job. Yeah. Okay, we'll turn the page.
Turn that page.
Yeah. And still for me, I had all four, man.
At all four.
Quite exactly. Okay, so we turn now to race 4. 5 furlongs, state bred, claiming 5,000 non-winners, a 3 purse 14,000 for accredited Louisiana bred 4-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 races.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see if we have any scratches here.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask that same question.
Yeah, the 2 is scratched. Family greed.
Right.
Apparently did not want to share its greed tonight. Exactly. It's going to be a team player tonight and is bowed out. So that leaves us to field a 7 here.
All right. It looks like the 8 horse is early on your favorite here at 9 to 5.
Yes.
Reginald Aurelius. All right.
Yes. And let us know out there who you like.
Reginald.
And Smergen had 8 and 7 only as tough one, my friend.
Oof. Yeah. 7 let us all down.
That's okay.
For sure.
Good handicapping, though.
Thank you. It helps.
Yeah.
It helps to hear it. All right, what we got going on here? Odds.
Yes. So we will. Whoever wants to go first for this race 4.
I mean, I'll jump in.
Okay.
And I'll just start by saying it's not sexy.
Okay.
No.
At the top, I do have the 8. One of the 2 horses that I've got is second race off the claim, which I know is something Tim likes. I've got him as being my top slot player, my top slot.
Yeah.
So that would be the 8 horse there. Last race, I got him as having the best last race. What else can we say about this horse here? Decent numbers at the park. One of the 2 horses I would expect to be on the lead here, although I have a different pace setter. I have that other horse fading, though, which is why I favor the 8 over that other horse, which I'm going to get to in a second. What else can we say here? Yeah, jockey for the course. Got the best jockey available. Trainer, one of the best 3, I would say, in this race. So yeah, a lot to go for the 8 horse. The public sees it as well. It is currently 2 to 1. Next up, I'm going over to the 5 horse. Got a little bit of a class drop on the 5 horse here. Got him as having some of the best speed figures for the distance, for the course as well. Second best speed figures for the course. As I said, a little bit of a drop. Used to running in. Got him averaged out the last 5 at 34K. In this race is 14K. So yeah, definitely seeing a little bit of a class drop. Closer to the pace, although this is a horse that's seen plenty of races. So I think that's just probably bouncing up and down here.
Yeah.
So the 5 horse is my next up. And then I've got who I think is going to be the pace setter. San Carlos, the 7 horse here, currently at 4 to 1. Got him as the pace setter, but I do have him as a horse that fades. For being a horse that I have as the pace setter, he hasn't gone gate to wire in the last 10 races, which usually not a great sign, but he has finished 5 times in the money out of the last 10. Got him as having the best speed figures for the distance. He usually sits around this level of class, so it's not like he's dropping down in class and should get a bump for that. If I'm going to throw in a 4th horse, because we're looking for any sort of value you can get here, but I don't think you can get any value out of the horse I'm going to give you, I would go with the 1. I think he's got the best value in terms of wins. He's sitting a little bit closer to the pace. I've got him as having the 2nd best most recent race. Got a little bit of a closing mentality on him for the most part. So if I'm going to give you in order who I like, I'll go 8 to 5 to 7 to 1.
Okay.
There you go.
Like it. And to answer Paul Nolan's question, Tim Thornton is the leading rider for a long, long time at Delta Downs and still remains that as the leader. G Money, Gerald Melancon was also for a long time. He just retired.
Oh, right.
So now Timmy's taking over that mantle.
Yeah, in terms of my jockey scoring, these are low numbers on these jockeys, by the way, because they use the same figures that I would use for like Aqueduct or Saratoga or whatever. I've got Devin Magnan as a 3.26. That is the highest. My second one, and that's just in this race, is Paulina Ramirez, and then Fusilier. I've got him as a 2.7, and then you got some 1s and below after that.
Yeah.
And that actually fits the top 3 horses that I picked as well.
Tim, who did you like, my friend?
I've got the same top 3, but I don't have them in the same order. And the horse that I do like on top, I like a lot. And I get the 8 is probably going to be the favorite in here, but if the 8 is the favorite, and right now the board's not showing it, the horse that I'm going to talk about is currently sitting at they're both 5 to 2, but has taken a little bit more money. And that's the 5, RT's Wildcat. Yeah. I just think that this horse is definitely taking a drop down, has been racing against much better at Evangeline and at Fairgrounds. But if you go back to last year when this horse raced at Delta Downs, this horse was running very well. A first and a second, does have 1 win out of 2 races on a wet track. So has been working, solid pattern of works here lately. And I just think that First time with trainer stats, 32% for Alan Landry here. The jockey and trainer are hitting at about 20%. So I think there's a lot to like here. I think this horse is, if ready to fire, it is 6 out of 9 at the distance and basically 5 out of 8 at Delta Downs. So, one thing Tom said earlier was horse for the course is a thing at Delta Downs. I totally believe that. And I think RT's Wildcat might be that horse in this race. Below that one, I do think it's the 8 and the 7. The thing is, it's like, who's going to give on the pace? Because the 5 potentially based on the races at Delta last year wants to be on the pace, and I think is the speed. And this 7 definitely wants to be out on the lead and has been racing and will probably be the speed based on the fact that has been running much shorter distances than what the 5 has been running, even though the 5 furlongs is what I think they both want, and that's where we're at. But the 8 horse, it seems like at the distance is a horse that finishes underneath a little bit more. I think this horse wants a little bit more in distance, and that's why I've got the 8 a little bit further back. But 5, 7, 8 for me, again, same horses, but I'm going to play against the 8 underneath, and I just think that it's the combination of in the sprint. I'm gonna take the speed up front, and I think that the 5 to me is a little bit above both of those two. The way it came out for me in my numbers.
Yep, there you go. All right.
I know Alex agrees with you here. He's got 5 with 7, 8.
Fools never differ.
And they never giffer either. Uncle Sully agrees. They never giffer.
There. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well done. We know what you meant. I skipped over the comment before that. It's all about intentions. Yeah. Did you have a fourth horse in there? Because I'm interested to hear if you've got a price or maybe there's no one else.
Yeah, it's funny because it would actually be the exact same one. I would add the one.
Yeah. And
so I mean,
even
we're
adding the
right here
one,
again, and it's been pretty. It's been pretty pretty much to the odds and chalky lately. So I just think that's the way it kind of falls out. Those 3, 5,
Yeah.
7, and 8, and then the one would be the one I put in next for me.
Yeah. I mean, the 3 best I can see from the 3 is a little bit of closing. But we're talking about a 5 furlong race. I mean, where are you going to use that closing ability, right?
Yeah.
The 4. What am I seeing from the 4? 4 sits just off the pace. Could be a horse that sits pretty close.
Yeah.
A little bit of closing ability. I could see it just based on pace, especially with some of these horses who have been getting closer to the pace. If they get up a little too close and fade, but again, we're talking about 5 furlongs here. We're not talking about an 8 furlong race where you would see more tiring going on. The 6 is a little bit of a enigma here. I'm not sure where he's going to sit. Close to the pace last time, way back a few times before. On average, sits like 3 to 4 lengths off, probably.
Yep.
Speed figure's not looking great. There's a few weirdos here, but sometimes you just got to go with trainers and jockeys who been there. If you got the horse,
exactly. Don just put his picks up as well. He's 8751.
8751. Okay.
Yeah, who's going to be the oddball that pokes through, or is it going to be no one? Maybe it just goes to
Yeah. Dropping down. Yeah, absolutely.
Someone's adding the 2 in there. Yeah. I mean, the 2 scratched and everything, but that's a fun one to add. Yeah. Curious if anyone else out there sees another horse and has an angle. I know Trusty likes his longs if he's got one out there.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I haven't seen him post anything yet. He's not jumping up and down about a specific horse that's 12 to 1.
Uncle Sully says add the 2 for Gits and Diggles.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just joking about that. Add the horse that scratched. Yeah, we got 7 minutes to post here, so plenty of time for Sean to take in the wide range of opinions that Tim and I have just shown you.
Yes. Yeah.
So Dennis is saying essentially the same as us, 7 and 8. He likes the 1 as well. He didn't mention the 5 there in his post.
Yeah.
It's a shot at Tim if I ever saw one.
That's okay. If Dennis and I are on different horses, that normally bodes well for me.
Yes.
Poor Dennis.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious to see if anyone out there has another angle on any of these.
Hey, here's a quick interesting fact. So the 5 and the 8 have been going back and forth vying for favoritism at 5 to 2, while the 7 sat behind those. Somebody just dropped a chunk of change on the 7, and he's now 2 to 1 in the field.
Yeah, exactly.
Dropping dimes.
Well, it's amazing. He's going from open company to back to claim, back to state,
Yeah.
So that is definitely a definite move.
Yeah, I think if I were to grab any of the longs here, it would be the 4.
Excuse me.
But even then, right? I'm not seeing it. Doesn't work out on paper for me here.
The thing that's frustrating me right now is that even if you look at the exactness, the 1 is hanging totally, with some of the other horses,
Let's check out those pools. Yeah, so if you look at some of the pools here, like 8 and the 1, 8 on top of 1, that's paying out 20 on $1.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. 8 and 5 is 11. 8 and 7 is 14. Looks like the worst payout right now is 5 over 8, which is $8. That is the low one that I see.
And that's interesting because the win odds don't show the 5 as a favorite. It's been
Right.
8 and 7, but looking the exacta does, and here I'm just looking at the will pays the double. The lowest is the 5
Yeah.
by a substantial amount over the 8, 680 instead of 910, and then in the pick 3 it's the 5, $15 instead of $23.
Oh yeah.
So the horizontals have the 5 in both the double and the pick 3 over the 8, then the 7, then the 1.
And logic would tell you that usually balances out by post time.
I do
Okay.
like the 5.
I think I got my bet.
Ooh.
I think I got my
Get
bet.
some of those balls.
All right. I am going to do just a simple $4 exacta box 5/8. I think these two are the best horses in this group. They face better, they face tougher. And I think usually at Delta Downs, these races are usually pretty formful in the wet. And I think that these two horses will be very tough coming down the wire together.
All right. Simple enough. Simple enough. Going hard on the bet you believe in. And
Best of luck, Trustee. Notre Dame, Penn State, big game tonight.
in terms of slop ranks, I have it 8 and 5, 1 and 2. So
Okay, yep.
there's that to be said.
Yes.
Yep. If the 7 beats me, the 7 beats me. But yeah.
And they're the two horses. They're just showing the 8 on the track. I was watching them all come out here. They're the two that, to me, also look the best. And by the way, guys, the track has been changed to muddy. It is no longer wet fast. It is muddy.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, and that's why I even like this even more. I think this is
so that's definitely something to keep an eye on because the track is now listed as muddy.
Let me change that in my notes here.
Yeah, 3 minutes to post.
And now the favoritism is going between the 5 and the 7, both at 2-1, and the 8 is 5-2.
Yep.
The cameraman loves the 8.
Yes, you can tell he loves the 8.
Oh, yeah. Where's he got his money, huh?
2 minutes to post, 2 minutes.
2 minutes to post.
8 on top of 5, paying 10. 5 on top of 8, currently paying 7. Multiply that times 4. So your total bet costs $8. Let's see. Did we get that in the ticker already? I know Tim's usually.
I didn't change the ticker. No, I did. But
I'll get to that.
Sure.
I'll get to that. Edit that out here. Do some quick math. We're now below 100 since I blew out Tim's lead that he got us into.
It's okay.
But we're going to get it back right here.
We're right there.
Yeah, we're right there. And you were right there too, Zach. You were right there, my friend.
That was close. That was close.
In all 4. Alex says it doesn't matter who wins tonight. My Bucks are taking it all. Okay. So Ohio State, the Ohio State.
Oh, Alex, you shouldn't have. You really shouldn't have.
No, he shouldn't have.
Ugh. Ugh. Not a good look.
Okay. There we go. We got 1 minute to post.
All right, now the 5 is looking to be the favorite, below 2-1.
There we go. Yeah. And Zach, so he's asking about Showcase. Yeah.
Yeah.
Todd Pletcher. Yeah, he should be back hopefully soon. Um,
I'm waiting on 2 Todd Pletcher horses now. I
Yeah.
got both out of my top 15 because I haven't seen them work out in what seems like ages.
which one
Um,
of those, my friend?
What's that?
Which one of those?
Showcase and Tip Top Thomas.
Oh, Tip Top Thomas. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I released my top 15 in the video.
Yeah.
that
Yes.
dropped
Exactly.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do believe that Tip Top Thomas is on the premises now, and is just starting to get back into his swing. Showcase, I believe, is down there too. Yeah, they're just starting a little bit slow, but
Yeah.
2 very talented animals for sure in the Todd Pletcher barn.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if anyone has any uproar over me not having Barnes in the top 5.
He was definitely impressive. That was for sure.
It was impressive.
Yeah.
I got him pretty high. But honestly, I like what I've seen from journalism and built as well. So I pushed them up pretty high, and then you got some.
Yeah. I'll tell you the horse that I'm really looking forward to seeing next out is Journalism. He was really that to me was almost more impressive than he was really good.
It was more impressive in my opinion. I have Journalism as number 3 for me right
Yeah,
now.
I thought that horse was the one that really just made my
Yeah, I've got Citizen Bull, East Avenue, and Journalism 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
and I really like Built a lot too. I like what he ran at the Gun Runner, and the Gun Runner has been a pretty solid early Derby prep race.
Yes,
and the time that he got in that, the distance of his win, I kind of dug him. So I'm going to push a little bit harder on Built.
All right, we're at the gate.
We are at the gate.
Loaded up, and they're all. The 3 outside horses all broke to the outside. The 3 got a really bad start, but up front, it's going to be the 7 wanting to go out to the lead. The 5 is taking a position just inside that one in second. The 8 is 3 wide out into third. It's another 4 lengths back to the 4 horse sitting outside in fourth. And it's the 1 down inside in the 5th and the 6. And the 3 is another couple back up front. The 7, San Carlos,
the 7 is a big fade.
Right, is the favorite. Down on the inside, it's Reginald Aurelius out on the outside that went to the quarter in 22 and 4. The 5 horses starting to make a move up on the inside. It is the Reginald Aurelius that's taking the lead as they hit the top of the stretch in the 5 furlong
sprint.
This.
Come on, we got this.
The 8 is out front. It is the 7 down on the inside. The 5. Here comes the 5. 5 making the big move. Hold on 8. The 6 is flying on the outside. It is going to be 5, 6, 8.
I almost did 5 all. Not kidding you. I almost did 5 all. Oh, I'm going to be sick. 50 to 1.
Well, the good news is I just went win place on the 5.
Yeah. Oh, I almost went 5 all. Oh my God.
And I did start a pick 5 as well.
Yeah.
And I singled the 5. How about that?
Yeah. I love the 5. 5 is my top pick.
Smart.
Oh.
How about that?
Wow. What would that have paid? 5, 6, 4. Oh, 8. What? Believe it or not, $84. Yeah, that's not bad, but yeah.
Done 5 all.
I love that 5, The 6 was 0 for 18 at Delta Downs. Jen 57 to 1. Exactly. Look at that. Oh, wow. And I almost did 5 all.
Wow.
Oh, love that 5.
Whoops.
I think I said I like the 5 a lot more than everybody else.
Me too. Yeah, no. He looked so much better than everybody. Yeah, I threw the 7 out. I didn't, something just said to me, he was coming back, but they had been facing better, so I thought they would, but the 6, I did 50. Whoa.
I had the 7 as a big fade, but I thought at 5 furlongs he could stand up a little bit longer. But
Bobby, Bobby D, look at that. Take a bow, young man.
How about that, Bobby? Nice work.
Let's see, where are we? Oh my God, Bobby D. Look at you, sir.
5, 6, 42 on $1.
Good hit.
Wow. Great job, Bobby D. Right here, look at this. 5, 8, and 7, 6. Look at that.
Well played.
Bobby D, take a bow, my friend.
AC.
Take a bow. That is amazing. Look at that. Oh, yeah, that 5. What I loved about that 5, and this is why I was going to go 5 all. Came in 4th versus open company allowance 34,000, and came in, but he showed something. As Tim says, if you run at a big level but get killed by 100 lengths, it really doesn't matter. He was 4th by 10 lengths, but he was facing much, much better, and still was at least on the board still, you know. And that's why I was going to go 5. Remember, even I said I really want to go 5 all, but I'm just going to go 5-8. Oh, exactly. I didn't want the bankroll to go. You know,
we had the bankroll.
I know. We're all geniuses after the race, but you know,
yeah.
But this is what we, exactly. But yeah, inquiry.
No.
No, he's like no, no. It's already official. Already official.
It's official.
All
the $1 exacta pays $42.70. 50-cent trifecta $69.05. The 10-cent super $108.28. The dollar double 8 and 5 $6.80. The 50-cent pick 3 785 pays $15.
There you go.
RT's Wildcat. Jamaican Me gets second. The 8 Reginald Aurelius was third, and the 4 half a buck. That'd be 50 cent.
Yes.
20. I got 20 questions.
Who was third? It was 586, Paul. And 568. 568.
5684.
Yeah, almost close, but no cigar.
All right.
But Tim's going to get us right back over.
We're alive in the pick 3. I'm alive to 3 horses in here. So
yeah, all 3 of us have been very close. So we're all seeing the ball coming down the pictures. We're all seeing the seams of the ball. Well, we just
Dennis said that Delta has free beer on Friday night. And Dennis, I was watching the show early, and Don said tonight is actually hot dog night. You get free hot dog.
Wow. Free hot dog night. You can't beat that.
Gentlemen, while we ponder the next one, we have 18 minutes. I'm going to run and get a quick refill. Be right back.
All right.
Might as well do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we said, Formula, you and I, Tim hit the home run. You and I just flew out to the deep track. We
made contact though, right?
We did. We made solid contact. Exactly. So we will get this done. Exactly. But exactly. So
right.
The 5th race is 6.5 furlongs, claiming 4,000 B. I don't know what that means. First 11,000 accredited Louisiana bred supplement for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up, which have not won 2 races in 2024 or which have not run a race since July 9th, 2024.
Okay. And we have 8 horses, not a single scratch on them.
Yes, which is nice. Yes.
Yeah. And the current favorite, the 4, also opened as the favorite, GG, currently sitting at 9-5.
Yes.
And
it's an interesting.
Yeah,
the 4's double is $4.80. So clearly the public thinks this is the horse to beat. For sure.
I think we can beat him.
All right. Love it. What would you like here, Formula?
I'll wait till Tim gets back.
Okay, sure.
Unless we want to surprise him with my thoughts.
Oh, I love it. There you go.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So getting back to your, by the way, so I was just trying to get a little info here for you for your 2 horses there. Yeah, they're both in Florida. So not too long before you see them both start to come back. So that that would be good.
Cool. So maybe we'll see them run in some of those. And when you say Florida, you're talking Tampa Bay, or are you talking
Gulfstream? Yeah, Gulfstream. They're both at Palmettos. Yeah, they're getting ready to and Tim's horse, East Ave, is back. Just worked out again at Fairgrounds, and he is aiming for a race. I think it's February 15th or something like that. So
Uh-huh.
So he'll be back soon. So
Okay.
yeah, so we got the contenders coming back now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Speaking of the workout tab, did anybody see White Abario got a nice workout
Look
today?
at that, huh?
I'm going to go get a beer.
Exactly.
White Abario back on the workout tab. I don't know if you guys saw it, but
Yeah.
Sappy could not stop saying how it was the best workout that the horse has ever had, and all the times that he's had the horse.
Yeah, and Tim,
Well,
I will even give you my lovely friend Nastia, who I love, who is Safi's assistant. I was actually talking to her today. She's a great friend of mine, originally from Woodbine,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and she absolutely loves the way he is coming. He's coming along and is very excited.
I think he's a horse to beat, and he's he's about the third horse I keep hearing from a lot of people. So a lot of people like Saudi Crown. A lot of people like Logan's version 2, Locked.
Yeah.
I know one person who likes him. That's for sure. I do dig.
So we upgraded formula. We upgraded. We're still sticking with the Firestone Walker, but we went from the Oatmeal Stout to the Imperial Stout. We went from 8 to 12.7.
Whoa. Tim's going to be flying high tonight.
Tim knows that he doesn't have to go to school tomorrow. He'd have to go to school tomorrow.
We're out again. Yeah. It's crazy. We were supposed to be back from Christmas break on Monday for a teacher day and Tuesday for kids, and we've been out all week.
That's not too bad. It's a soft.
I mean, we've been doing online instruction, so we're doing the virtual thing.
Yeah. How's that work out? Usually pretty good.
I've still got some kids that haven't even showed up yet. So after a week.
Yeah. Okay. So who owns this race? Is this a Tim race?
That is a Tim race. Back to Tim? Yes, it is. And the formula is thrilled to see the response of his picks, Tim. He waited for you to get back with White Abario.
All right, so let me talk through my horses that are not the 4 horse, because I'm not going to include the 4 horse in my top 3. How about that?
Okay.
I'm going a little bit off the reservation here. So I'll go with my top.
I will tell you this formula really quickly. I have 3 horses here in my pick 5 ticket, and the 4 is not one of them.
Wow.
Really? That's fascinating. I love it.
All right.
I mean, what I will say about the 4, and yes, this is not my pick here. Definitely a drop in class. Definitely a horse that is the pace setter. Right, I've got him as having a pace advantage, but I also have this horse as being a horse that fades. 6.5 furlongs. Does that come into play here? Well, we'll see. I mean, if we got strong enough horses pushing, if the horse fades back enough, absolutely falls out of contention. It's gone gate to wire once.
Yep.
But the horse that once in the last 10, the horse that I have number 1 here, I'll go to the number 2 horse. This horse has gone gate to wire twice in the past 10 races, finished in the money 7 of the last 10 times. Got him in terms of speed figures of having the best speed for the distance, the best speed for the park. Got him as sitting most of the time just off the pace, but at this distance has been the pace setter before, has a penchant for being the pace setter. I've got him as having the best trainer in the race as well. What else we say about this horse here? I think that pretty much is probably enough for me to say about him. In terms of having best race value, it's got about an inch above the next horse I'm going to say, which is the 3. Those 2 are 1 and 2 in terms of having the best value of the win in the past 10, if that metric makes any sense to you. So I got the 3 as my next horse up here, has a little bit of a closing ability on the 3. 1 win in the last 10, 3 times in the money. Not as good at the distance, but pretty good at the park. Also, as I mentioned, a little bit of a closer and has been showing a bit of improvement, more so than the rest of them. I've got him as having the best improvement over the past few races. There's the 3's my next horse. And then I'm going all the way over to the 8 horse, Nora's Legacy. Shout out to El Hombre there for Nora's Legacy. Horse that's getting closer to the pace. In terms of, let's see, 2 wins in the last 10, half the time finishing in the money. Last time out was just off the pace, as I mentioned, getting closer to the pace there. I do like the jockey we got on board here. Yeah, so that's where I'm going with. I'm going with 2 followed by 3 and 8 as my top 3. And it looks like we're getting value on all 3 of those right now.
All right. I like it.
Whew.
I like it.
So
All right.
I'm a little bit surprised by all of that, and it has nothing to do with the omission of the 4.
Oh, how about that? Isn't that crazy? I have an idea of which horse you probably like best. If it's not the 4 of the ones that I didn't name, and I'm guessing it's the 6.
I love this. This is great. 10 and a 12-point beer. We got a Tyler G rant coming. Yeah, Rodney Encino is working out like a freight train right now over in Maydan. Yeah, it's going to be a fun horse to. The Lexington winner is going to be fun to watch for sure.
If I go 4 deep, I would go with the 6. I've got him as having deep closing ability. Again, might not come into play at 6 furlongs, 6.5 furlongs, but it might be enough for him to get up and into the top 3. So there's that.
All right.
All right. I'll let someone else speak.
Okay. In this race, this was an interesting race when I was looking at this race. This is me, oh my. Okay. So, I was like, who do I make my first pick here? And this is interesting. And I really had a tough time finding a top pick here. I do think the 4 is a very interesting horse, in the fact that this horse won in the mud, claiming 4,000 with McMahon. Also came in 5th, but versus much better allowance, 36 non-runners of 1, but didn't run that bad. Came in 5th. He was my top choice there. The horse that had the toughest time with here, it was the 2, Diana's Jet. She's 5 for 5 in the wet. She's never come in first and second. But here's her problem. We're in 2024. We're not in 2022. And this horse was in really good form in 2022. But something happened along the way from the studio in 23 and 24 that this horse just hasn't seemed to get its old form back. And then I looked at the 3. The 3 just in the last couple of times is not like the slop at all, including it at Delta Downs throwing the towel. So I'm like, okay, who do I make my? So I went with for value with the top. I went with the 6 Cashew. I think that at 9-2, this horse ran a really good race last time. Passed tired ones in the mud. But he's 2 for 6 in the mud, and Uncle Mo out of Smarty Jones. Hello, talk about a love for the mud. And this group is not a great group, so I think he could really pass some horses in this group and be competitive. So my top 3 was the 6, followed by the 4, and then trying to find something to rally the troops. I was with the 5. And then the 2 would have been my 4th pick.
So it looks like I'm the crazy one here. That's fine. I like living in the crazy.
Not at all. Not at all.
Based on Tim's comment, I'm guessing he's probably going to be closer aligned with you than me, Sean.
Well, how about right up the middle?
Right up the middle. Yeah, right up the middle.
We're right up the middle. All right. So I do like Cashew on top.
Yep.
So third off a layoff. This is a horse that it is here at Delta is 6 for 12 first or second, 3 for 4 at the distance in the money, 2 of those being wins, and has 2 wins out of 6 starts with a 3rd on the wet track. So I just think that and the horse fits here. Plus is 3rd off a layoff, improving. Last time out was a big improvement off the first start. I think the horse really moves forward here. And the 6.5, I think is probably a better distance given the horse's record of being 3 for 4 in the money. So Loved the 6 here a lot. For my second pick, I went to the 3. I like Be Abandoned. You know, the horse that Tom likes a third here. I just think, you know, Vicente del Cid getting up on this horse. This is the third time that he has ridden her.
Yeah.
8-year-old kind of fits here. She does well at Delta Downs. I mean, she's had a ton of races here, and yeah, the distance isn't great, and it looks like the wet, but I just think that based on the conditions here with this group, that this horse really fits. So I just think she has a big chance in here. Looking at the speed figures of her compared to everybody else in here, it's like, why not me? For my third pick, I went to the 2. I do like Diana's Jet in this spot. I do agree. As a matter of fact, I tried to like Diana's Jet a lot, even more when I started looking at numbers, and sometimes numbers are deceiving because I came up with the same thing that Sean did. Is like, okay, the numbers are all from 2 years ago. Okay, so that scared me a little bit, but the horse, here's another one. You guys know I love me a third off a layoff. So here's another one coming third off a layoff. She has improved, you know, the last race over the first one. That was a move forward, and that was at 5 furlongs. So I think that she will definitely like the stretch out to 6.5 here. She is 3 for 4 at the distance, you know, 2 wins in a second. And, you know, 5 for 5, first or second on a wet track. So what's not to love? And I did, you know, I get that the 4 is a big favorite. I did have the 4 in 4th. That would be my 4th horse. But seriously, I get why this horse is probably going to be a favorite based on some things, but I'm just, it's just everything screams play against to me. I don't see anything that stands out in this case. So I ended up being 6-3-2. So we'll figure out how we approach it from a betting perspective, but I like that. So 6-3-2. Sean, give me your 3 again.
I was let me see here for you. I was 6, 4, and 5.
And yours formula were
3, 2, 8.
Okay.
And Bobby D has kind of a 8 and 3 with 6 and 4 and win on the 2.
Okay, so I wasn't crazy in seeing this earlier.
Yeah,
I mean, Alex and I are in complete agreement here.
The shepherd is he's following the shepherd. Yep, look at this. There you go.
No, he liked it before.
Yeah, I gotta go back and look at the 8 because the 8 wasn't on my radar. So
20-1, you're getting on the 8. So if you see the value there,
this is when Jen can kill it. You know,
but there's value, and then there's I see why the horse is 20-1.
Oh yeah, there's that. Right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'll be right back in 1 sec, guys.
All right.
I mean, to me, it's like this horse has run 3 times at Delta, does have 1/3, is 1 for 1 at the distance, but wasn't here. Coming out of Arapahoe, which was at like the bottom feeder level at Arapahoe. It's like
everything you said so far makes me want to bet it even more. Give me that crap.
Last time out, the horse was dead last, 8th and an 8.
But here we are, Delta Downs, 11K race, right? It's all in perspective. It's all in perspective.
Yeah, I'm with Tom. Before Arapahoe was Fonner.
It's Fonner, yeah. We all love ourselves some Fonner.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, talk to El Hombre about Fonner. Fonner and Will Rogers got us through COVID. So we used to refer to Will Rogers as the Will, which makes it sound way more prestigious than it needs to sound. The Will. He was making pictures of EA Sports covers as if EA Sports put out purely a Fonner Park game. Not even horse racing, but just purely Fonner Park. Where's the mayor?
He went to get a beer.
Hold on. Or sport drink of some sort. Yeah, we got 1 minute to post here.
Oh, wow. Is it that
And,
close already?
It is that close. Am I right? Yeah, 1 minute to post. When the answer machine. Yeah, the fax machine's going off in the background. I haven't heard it yet, actually. Completely joking about the fax machine. If it did go off, I would use my comment, dude, your phone's ringing. Phone's ringing, dude. Anyway.
Hell, it's 1 minute. We don't have any time to mess around here. So let's get moving. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a little $18 total play. We're going to play a $1 trifecta key box, 6 with 2, 3, 4. I'm leaving out the 8. I just couldn't get there. I looked hard. I tried to figure out what I was going to do, but I'm going to play a 6 on top, and I love that we're getting 4 to 1 with the 2, 3, and the 4.
All right. Let's do this. And you got the 4 in there as a security blanket just because.
Exactly.
Got it down 6 to 5. That must mean something. And we're doing a tri-key box here, so that 6 can fall in anywhere 1, 2, or 3.
Right.
So there you go. We're doing for $1.
This is the one I like the most, but I think we need to be safe here. I think this is a fairly safe bet.
So total price on that one is $18.
$18. $18.
Let me take
key
that
box.
out.
$18.
I'm key boxing, Dennis. I'm key boxing.
Love it.
All right.
Love it, love it, love it.
We're down to $79.80 after that key box.
Colin Sheehan joining us in the house.
Oh, hey there, Colin.
Oh, good old Axar Ben. There's a throwback. The good old Axar Ben. It's post time.
It is post time. I will say Delta moves pretty quick compared to.
They do. They're pretty. They're pretty punctual. Yeah.
As they say at Assiniboia, it's post time. Or something like that.
Yeah, announcer to Assiniboia. He's he keeps things fresh, that's for sure.
It's post time.
Reminds me of an 80s video game every time I watch that track.
Yes, yeah. They are at the gate. It's post time.
That was pretty good, actually. Yeah,
that wasn't bad.
You brought me back to summer at Assiniboia. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw as the last horse loads here quickly the stats that came out recently, but they were ranking tracks as to percentage of favorites to win. Assiniboia was tops.
Yeah.
So that was the case
a
year ago.
And the 8 comes firing out of the gate from the outside, but down on the inside, it's going to be the 2 horse take the early lead. The 4 horse is going to sit just outside that one in second. The 8 is going to be back 3 wide as they hit the first turn. Down on the inside, you've got the 1 horse sitting in third right now. It's a 3 horse sitting in fourth. Then it's a little bit back to the 1 horse in fifth, the 5, and the 6 trails the field up front. Diana's Jet has the early lead at 6 to 1, about a length over Gigi in second. It's another 3 lengths back to Midnight Trip down on the inside on the rail. They went to the quarter in 23 and 4. Coming up on the outside now, starting to make a move. Here comes the 8 horse as they approach the half-mile marker. Down on the inside, Diana's Jet gives way, and Gigi is going to take the lead. The 6 horse is starting from the back of the pack, is coming with a rush. Here comes the 6 as they hit the top of the stretch. The half was in 49.
26 flat.
Wow. And the 6 is going to take it a little bit wide into the stretch. It's a 4 down on the inside. The 8 is in between horses. It's going to be the 6 on the outside. Can we get this 8 out of there? Get that 8 out of there. I don't have the 8. Here comes the 6 horse. It's going to be 4, 6, and 8.
Oh, the 4 beat me.
Oh.
Guys, who was right about the 8? I just want that to be known right now.
Yeah. I hope Jenny had that 8. Oh, look at that, Jen. Nice job. Dennis Trusty, 4-8. Nice job.
Well done there, Dennis.
Good job, Jen Ochoa. The 8 making you.
Mm.
Alex not very happy about that.
Neither am I. Neither am I. Mm.
Paul lost his video. That was weird, huh? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Dennis, nice job on the exacta. Jen Ochoa, even place on the 8. Well done. So what was it? It was 4, 4-8, and then
4-8-6.
oh,
Yeah.
there's too much real estate to make up with the 6.
Yeah.
And he was way back too. They had a terrible beginning, made up a ton of ground.
Yeah.
Tim's
I did
on
have the
mute.
6.
Tim, you're on mute. Nope.
Yeah, I had the 6 as a deep closer coming from far back. That was fairly expected from my angle.
Yeah.
But I had the 4 fading, and that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I had the 4's big fade.
The formula. Rodney is asking you, did Rodriguez catch your eye this past weekend?
Rodriguez. Which Rodriguez are we talking about here?
I think that was the one that won on the undercard there.
I guess not. If I completely missed it, my apologies there, Rodney. Yeah, Tim's still not working. We're not hearing you.
Maybe his microphone went out.
Oh yeah. Thank
All
you,
right.
Uncle
Is
Sully.
it working now?
It is working
there you
now.
go. Now
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Yeah, I mean, my mic was unmuted. It was muted in StreamYard for some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe because you left and joined, or turned off the camera and joined something.
Yeah, that was when I hit my desk when the 8 came in, and
Yeah.
And ruined the party. Yeah.
Yeah. Rodriguez, by the way, was the other Baffert, the other Baffert horse who won convincingly.
Oh, didn't catch
Yeah.
my eye. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that horse though. Yeah,
There was 3 of them. Yeah.
Baffert has so many horses going at this time of year. It's
Yeah.
hard
Right.
to keep track of all of them.
Exactly. Yeah.
And he
yeah.
wasn't in my top 5 of Baffert horses, but
Right.
yeah, worth noting. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dennis, be nice. Exactly.
Dennis, don't make me put you in timeout.
Yeah.
Oh
Because I will do it.
no.
Wouldn't be the first time. I'm gonna
No.
put you in a 5-minute timeout.
And the interesting thing is Rodriguez. Wouldn't that be interesting being out of authentic to be like a dad, son combination? Be interesting.
It's so hard to tell with Baffert because, especially when I was looking back at horses that have won like Los Alamitos and San Vicente, you get all these like, oh yeah, that horses like Nadal, right?
Yeah.
That at the time, and Nadal and Charlatan were coming out at the same time, and these horses were just so built up and seemed to be so good. And we were looking at like Nysos last year and Muth. And granted, they're in a different category because of the Baffert ban, but
Yeah.
you just never know because he'll come out with horses and you're like, Charlatan's the best, and then followed by Nadal, and then all of a sudden he's running authentic and wins the Derby. So you're like, well, which one was the best, really? Like, out of all these, which one was I watching was actually going to be making the biggest difference? So it's so hard to tell if a horse that he even shows this year, and it's not just Baffert. I think Pletcher's in a lot of the same boat too,
Sure.
where he could be showing you what looks like the best horse in January, and it still looks like the best horse in February. But then March, April, May hit, and you either don't see them or someone else overtakes them, right? There's so much going on. So the best we can do is take a look at what we got in front of us. But that's just a note to say, if he's got another horse out there that was grabbing Rodney Evans' attention here in Rodriguez, that could be the next horse, right? You never know. If that horse gets entered in the Robert Lewis, then all of a sudden he could overtake. I mean, I was high on Gaming, and now it's like at the bottom of my list because he's just been beaten twice now, and last time out didn't look so great. Was in a race that he was supposed to win, in the San Vicente, and I didn't think he cracked the top 3 if I'm not mistaken. I think Getaway Car made the top 3, but journalism just said, no, this is mine, guys. Stay in the back.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tom says that Baffert was on Nick Luck's podcast this week and mentioned 2 horses we haven't even seen yet that he likes. So, I mean, good Lord. He's coming back to the Derby with 12 horses. He's like, I haven't been in it in 3 years. I'm bringing the whole field. Exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing. And if you're one of us, best you can do is, take a look at workouts until you see that first race. And then if you see that first race, you're like, well, it was 7 furlongs. And that's what I keep saying about Barnes, right? I'm comparing Barnes in the San Vicente to other horses that raced in there. And I'm thinking, okay, well, he looks good, but I wouldn't say he's setting the world on fire. I wouldn't say that, oh yeah, this is my Derby favorite. And that was my point in the video that I shot the other day, right? You look at Barnes and you compare him, say, to like Nyquist, who ran in it 10 years ago, and Nyquist beat him by like 2 seconds or something like that. Nyquist was an outstanding horse. Don't get me wrong. But if people are going to anoint Barnes and say in January that by all means he's the Derby favorite, I don't think that race says that to me. And it's
it definitely doesn't say that to me. I totally agree.
Yeah.
And Romanesque, who had big problems early, ran a nice second. So the longer he goes, the better he's going to be. So
yeah, absolutely.
Our friend Jerry Mack is stopping by. How are you, Jerry? He likes Desired Fantasies, the 9 and the 8th race at Delta. So that's something to keep in the mind later in the card. Thank you, Jerry.
Right.
Hope you win that one.
I don't think that race was that good at all. It was a small field, and the small fields don't translate, especially when you get to the Derby and some of the bigger races. But the thing about Barnes to me, and I'm not ready to say, I don't think the horse is top 3, but is maybe top 5 at this point until I see a little bit more. But it was how easily he won the race.
Juan never asked him at all.
Exactly. He wasn't really asked, and he won easy.
Exactly. Yep.
And I still need to see him go around 2 turns and compete that way. But there's still a lot of questions. I totally agree. And I don't think he's top 3 at all. But he's up there because it was an impressive, early win while sprinting, which we know a lot of them do. And then when they go 2 turns, they can't go beyond that, especially Baffert horses coming out of California that only race against 4 of the horses, 3 of which are Baffert horses.
Exactly. Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yep. But they're coming back. All right. So our next race here, and this is the formula. Formula's going to knock this one out of the park.
Yeah. Okay. See, I might be swinging for the fences on this one.
Yeah, but that's all good.
Books.
We're going to be swinging for the winning fences. The sixth race is the 5 furlongs, claiming 15,000. Non-winners of 3, purse 22,000. Non-winners of a race since December 9th, 2 pounds. Since November 9th, 4 pounds. Claiming price 15,000. All right, Tim, who did you like here, my good man?
So the one thing I wrote in my race notes for this one was when I was handicapping all the races, I went back and I thought, like a lot of them and some of the things that we've seen so far tonight, that we had some chalky things, even though there were a couple of horses like the 5 a couple of races ago that I really liked above some of the others. I thought they were still pretty chalky.
Yeah.
But this race, the one thing I wrote in the race notes was wide open. Don't take the favorite. Let's get a price.
Okay.
And I really think that that's what we're going to see here right now. The 5 horse is the 5-2 favorite. I've got the 5 third. Okay. And right now, if I'm looking at the odds of the horses, I don't like that the horse I do like has been bet down a little bit, and that's the 2 Matzo Ball.
So you got that as your top horse.
That it is. That's a horse I had on top. I had the 2 on top. Second start off a layoff here was also stepping up in class and ran in an allowance against allowance class last time out, and now we're racing $15,000 claim non-winners of 3. So definitely a big drop back down. And if you look at 2 races back before the layoff, this horse was running at a 10,000 non-winners at 2 and won pretty easily. And then if you look at all of those races before that, one before that, a second before that, one before that, that was all Evangeline. And we know Delta's a little bit different. The horse in 4 races does have 2 seconds, but it is has 2 wins and 2/3 and 7 starts at the distance and 1 second out of 2 races on the wet. So I just think it's a horse moving forward. And if you look at the speed figures in that last race, a 68 speed figure, that was out of all the horses in the race, that is the best last race speed figure. Yeah. So I think that if the horse moves forward off of that at all, honestly, I think he wins easily. So I like Matzo Ball quite a bit. Going to my second pick, I'm going to take a little bit of a shot again. This horse had a 15-1 morning line, and I really thought I was going to get a price, and now the horse is 9-2. So taking a little bit of money, but that's the 6, Osceola.
Osceola, all the Florida State fans.
Yeah. So Osceola, this is a horse that basically was racing, has gone back and forth between Delta and Louisiana Downs, as a lot of them do. Doesn't really have the pedigree here as far as 1 second out of 9 races here, but I just think that the numbers say this horse fits. This horse is going to come from off the pace a little bit. In a 5 furlong, not the best, which is why I like the horse to finish underneath. But I think that the speed figures say that if this horse runs what he has been running, that even though is going to come from behind, could be finishing underneath. Then I think you have to include the 5 at some point. The 5 is probably going to be your favorite. And here I put the horse third. The thing about it to me is that, and the reason that I put the horse third is that although the horse is 3 for 3 in the money at the distance, he does only have only one's a win. He's got a second and a third at the distance. I just think this horse's best races were at longer, and the horse wants more distance. And if some of these other horses go a little faster, this horse might struggle a little bit to keep up with the rest of the field. So I'm going to play the horse underneath only. And if I gave you a 4th horse, that would be the 8 horse, Summertime Peppers. That was a horse that I had next. This is another horse that's taken a drop, was racing against allowance class earlier at Delta, made a drop last time out to this level in a non-winners at 2 and 1. Now to go to non-winners at 2 to a non-winners at 3 conditional, it's a pretty big step, but one last time out and could fit if the horse is moves forward off of that one, which is again at the distance. And here's another one: 5 for 7 at Delta Downs in the money, 5 for 7 at the distance. 2 for 3 on the wet, 3rd place finishes. So definitely going to be a part of the money, although I think more likely underneath.
Okay.
Sean.
All right. Well, I think we just go with Jen's 8 every night because this 8 seems to be in the money like every race. and Jen just say don't sleep on Sunday.
I have the 8 pretty high, so go ahead.
In summertime, okay. My top pick here in this race was the 2 Matzo Ball. I thought this horse was definitely I love the way that this horse ran in the mud. I'll throw out the race that Evangeline Downs just lost action. It just didn't even figure in here. 408. I mean, look at this. Spitestown out of Sharp Humor. Could you have any more mud than that? I mean, and this track is sloppy. Magnus, he's a much better rider than he is at 8%. He'll start winning races. And I just like this horse's race the last time. He's running good. The second pick, and I really almost made him my first pick because I really think this horse could be a standout. I wanted to see his odds and I put odds. That's why I put him second. It's Relic Hunter, the 4. If you look at this as a non-winners of one, like the weight and all that stuff, the horse has run 2 races in basically 2 years. So they're getting 117 pounds. Look at how it's done in the mud. Allowance State, 35 non-winners of 1, wire to wire with Tim Thornton. At Fairgrounds, maiden special weight, 50,000, 1 with Jared Loveberry. And this horse is actually getting weight from these other horses. That's incredible. and it gets Fauzier on the board. Alan Landry, a 25% winner. These guys win 20% of the time. I would almost put the 4 ahead now of the 2. I mean, because I just think this is especially the way this track is playing, I think the 4 is going to be perfect here. And then my third horse was the 5, Perfect Edge. Huge competitive edge, perfect diva, tail of the cat, super saver, all mud freaks. This horse ran a real big 20,000 at Delta Downs in the mud versus this group, and I think it should be closing fast. So
yeah,
I was
phone's
2,
ringing, dude.
4, and 5.
All
I know
right.
it's my fax machine. Yeah. So
All
I was
right.
2, 4, and 5.
We got 9 minutes to post. I'm going to walk
Yes,
through my picks here, and I'm going purely based off of whatever my formula spits out at me, which has been fairly successful, at least in terms of playing exacta boxes in the past. Oh, I don't know, couple races, not couple races, but I've got a couple slates in here. Like I said, I don't cap Delta Downs too much, so I'm going with a formula that has been giving me some recent success. My number 1 pick here, geez, a little bit of a shocker here, is the 7 horse Mud on My Boots. The name is perfect for today, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mud on My Boots.
Rain had a little bit of trouble earlier, but
yeah, Note Rain had a little bit of trouble. That's fine. 2 wins in 10, 3 times in the money, not spectacular. Decent speed at the park here. I think what really popped for me here was Vicente Del Cid is on the mount here for the horse, so that gave him the edge here. A lot of horses sitting very close to the pace. This is definitely going to be one of them. This could be the pace setter, if I'm not mistaken here. At a distance of 5 furlongs, that might be enough to at least keep him in the conversation, especially getting a number like 13-1 on him. So I'm definitely hoping that if I'm going to be using something like the 7, maybe not as a win, even though he's got my top rank, but something underneath to give me some push.
Okay.
My second horse here, we're staying in the not double digits anymore. He got bet down, but Summertime Peppers, the 8 horse.
Yeah.
Who I actually do like a little bit better than the 7 if I'm going to bet a straight win, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Got better speed figures for the distance, a little bit less at the park, but I like where he sits. He sits just off the pace, and he's got a little bit of something to push down the stretch. So he's one of those stalkers that gets in your ear, starts whispering, and then beats you down the stretch. So I'm hoping he's going to be able to do that here. Recent workouts looking pretty good there. Berzer's on the mount, got him as the second best jockey to Del Cid. So I'm heavily favoring jockeys in this race with 8 and 7. My third pick is actually, look out here, is the 1. What we got here? Jen Ochoa likes Ochoa, which is ridden by Alex Berzer, who is older than Tim. I'm down with that. Uncle Sully, thank you very much. Good times. Way out front, I've got the 1 horse up next, twice winning in the last 8, 6 times in the money. Doing good at the park, also sits just off the pace. And like I said, we got some pace setters here. So the horse is sitting off the pace, especially the ones that can push down the stretch, might be able to make the difference here. Dane Noel being the trainer here, Juan Vargas, the jockey. Those are my top 3. All of them are given a price. I got to figure this one out, though, because you guys gave me all different horses except Tim. Tim gave me the 8, but he buried it pretty far from where I had my horses. So how much do I yield to you guys, and who do I use to fill this out? Should be fun. If I look to you guys and say, okay, what's the one that you guys like best by combining both of what you had? The 2 pops out the most.
Yes.
I like that. I do like the 2. I like favoring horses that look best in the last race they raced in.
Yeah.
And if I did that, I've got the 2 horse, then I've got the 8 horse as 1 and 2. So I kind of like that combo there.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think about this. I think we could work something fun out. Comment section. Right at the wires.
I just heard in the background that there's a rider change. Juan Vargas is riding some horse, and I didn't hear which one.
I'll check that out for you, Tim.
Juan Vargas was on the 1. Are they saying that that's changed?
Maybe it was for a different race then.
Oh, maybe it was. Let's
I just heard it in the background while you were talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see.
He's still on the 1.
Yep. That may be for another race. Yeah, that may be for
Maybe.
another race.
Matzo Ball is currently the 5-2
it has to be
favorite with 5 minutes to post. 5 minutes to post.
That still surprises me. I mean, I love the horse, but I didn't think the horse would be favored.
Okay. So you guys liked the 2 and the 5, and then one of you had the 6, one of you had the 4. Of those, which one do you think has the best shot to finish in the money?
I love the 4.
Okay.
Of which ones? I'm sorry.
Of like the 2, 4, and 5, which one has the best chance to finish in the money? Which one is the surest bet in your mind?
The 5's the surest for sure.
The 5. Okay.
5 is the surest. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Let me see what else I got.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The 2 is my pick on top, but it's hard to justify why I say that. But if the 2 fails, the 2 could definitely finish off the board. I think the 5 is definitely there somewhere. I still like the 2 over the 5, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I get it. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys. Let me type this up here. You can go ahead and pick it in.
Yep.
The formula is locking in his vote.
Yes.
So this is one that I'm hoping does pay off for us here.
Okay.
Try Keybach. Oh, I did that wrong. Scratch that.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have a late scratch.
Change coming.
Late scratch. Late scratch.
Scratch of the wager.
We have a late scratch.
Dennis Trusty is back. Don't make me permanently ban you, Dennis.
All right. This is what I meant to say here.
5
So,
178.
Yeah, 5 over 179. So we're going for it.
8 or 9. Is there, just so we know. He said 5 over the 179, but is
5 over 178. There's no 9, so I meant 8.
Okay, no, I just didn't know. Yeah.
For $9,
Thank you.
I think is what he meant.
Yeah.
And I did take
For
the
9.
9 out of the bankroll already.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're combining efforts here, hoping that using the horse that you guys think is the most likely to finish in the money, although there's definitely some debate here. As we all said, this race is wide open, which is probably one of the reasons.
Wide open.
Wide open.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is one of the reasons why I settled on 3 long shots that you guys didn't even have.
Yeah.
A whole lot to say about.
But that's this is Delta, man. That can happen, you know?
It can happen. So just hoping that the 5 gets a piece of the action here and we get some prices all around and we start getting ourselves back into the black.
Yes, absolutely.
We got 1 minute to post here. Good times.
1 minute.
Good times being held.
I literally wrote when I told you guys that I thought this was a best betting race and I said it was wide open and to go for a price in my race notes, I put anybody but the 3 can win.
Yeah.
All right. I like
There
that.
you go. Love it.
So let's hope the 3 doesn't win. There we go. Uncle Sully. 3rd pick, and not even Brady did that. Well, jeez. Yeah. We'll see what happens here. Yeah. I'm reaching for the stars. We'll see if I can actually touch one and burn my hand off because those things are really hot.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's all worth it for the win. Exactly. Yep.
All worth it for the win.
Yeah.
These things happen, right? And the key is identifying the races that they can happen in. So we're hoping we'll be able to figure that out here. Dennis, your chat is working. Yes, we see you. We see you there. All right, Bob Jackson. What are we saying here? A 145 exacta box, metal yellow first red, metal yellow first red. Okay, all right. And I got music playing in my ear all of a sudden. Interesting. It just turned off.
Okay.
All right, Joe T. Joe T. Going 5
to
with
7
7,
with
8.
Okay, like
Nice
it.
play. Nice play. That should be fun. Yeah. I'm I'm due. Yeah. Due for something. Due for a checkup potentially, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here.
Bob
Yeah.
Jackson says, "Good luck."
Yeah, good luck to you too, Bob. Good luck to you too. Although wishing you good luck is essentially saying, may you win and me lose. Although, let's see, what can we do here? 1, 4, 5. No, you can get the 1 and 5, and then we pick up the 7 or 8 after that. You get your exacta, and we get our win. So yes, good luck to you. That can happen. All right, guys, 0 minutes to post. Let's get in there and do this. Let's get these horses all set up. Looks like the 5 is currently your favorite at 2-1 for a while. Matzabal, the 2 was the favorite. Now currently at 3-1. That could all still change, but
Summertime Peppers at 5-1.
By the way, those horses I was talking about as being long shots. Yeah. Let's Summertime Peppers, like you said. No longer. I mean, that was a horse. I think morning line was 8-1.
Yeah,
it was up in the double digits. Currently 5-1. Way out front. Opened at 8-1. Currently 9-2. The odds are telling me I'm a little less crazy now. So that, I don't know. Doesn't make me feel great, but 7 mud on my boots. Still way up there. 13-1. I'll take it. There.
Beginning below, they put in weight on front. I'm off the ball and go green world.
I think someone's got the volume up on there. Maybe that's the music I was hearing earlier, which is fine. All right. We should have ourselves a race here pretty soon. Race 6 at Delta Downs.
Good luck to everybody.
They're in the gate.
They're in the gate. Three's a little restless.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. We're not using them.
Yep.
I said anybody could win but him.
Yeah. Use your race up
bets now.
Yeah.
The camera is shaking.
Having a little earthquake here at Delta Downs.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of wind from the west.
The cameraman's been drinking.
It is Louisiana.
They start young. Very
They
young.
start young.
And whoa, 3.
4 did not get out of the gate.
No.
Okay. That helps us.
That helps us. Yeah, that helps us big time.
Because I did fear the 4 quite a bit.
Yeah,
The 4 is way back. Did not leave the gate.
No.
Looks like the 1 is doing pretty well for himself there. If I'm not mistaken, the 1 is out in front.
The 5 is right there.
Trail with the 5, yeah. Looks like the 4 is trying to make up ground early on. I mean, he might be burning out the fuel he's got there.
He may be using that as
back
a
to
workout,
back.
hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 517. Here we come on now.
They're not even helping us out with a camera angle or anything. We're having to sprint to figure this one out.
5 looks good on the outside, but the 1 is holding tight. Down on the inside.
1 is holding tight. That's fine.
The 6.
The 6. Oh, and here comes the
Osceola.
7. Oh, man, the 6 is going to beat me. Here comes my 8.
Here comes Ocho. Yeah.
Oh,
8-1.
goodness.
All you have to do tonight is just bet the 8 and like up and down, and you're wow.
That was my second pick. The 6.
Yeah,
That was your
Osceola.
second pick, Tim. Got to give you credit for that.
All the Florida State fans.
What
Chief
is the 6 to 1?
Osceola going nuts.
Pretty decent price in the 8, right? 21 to 1 on Osceola.
Yeah, coming up the
With
coming
the
up the
8
fine.
at 5 to 1, that's got to pay.
Yeah, 681.
Yeah, so
Did
6.
Jen have winning place again on the 8? Hopefully.
That exacta would have paid 135.
Oh,
Yeah.
the 6s are killing our bets tonight.
Yeah,
Wait,
we're over
I
the
think there's video of our bet here.
Oh, there it is.
Wow.
Yep. I see it now.
Going right down the. Yep.
All right, guys. I am gonna bid you adieu here. I'm gonna wish you luck the rest of the way. You got 2 races to make up for my mistakes.
No worries, buddy.
3 pick 6s there, Uncle Sully. I apologize, but we'll get them next time. You guys have a good one.
Have a great one, buddy.
See ya.
See you.
We're gonna finish strong here. Oh, Steward's inquiry. We have a Steward's inquiry. Maybe they can take the 6 down.
I don't think it's a 6.
Oh.
You know what they're looking at? They're looking
Oh, it's
at
the 4. Yeah, the 4 never got out of the gate. He may be declared a non-starter.
They have to look and see if it's a no. If the 4 doesn't, it's a no contest.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Unofficial winner of race 6 tonight was number 6 on.
Yeah, the steward's inquiry is only about the start of the 4. It's got to be.
I was just gonna say, yeah. Race 6.
Hey, Sean, I'm gonna take a quick break too. I'll be right back.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, no problem. Yep, absolutely, my friend. And the winner is Osceola, 21 to 1. Blowing up the tote board. Let's see. Who are we asking about Saratoga ice cream? Tom? Yeah, Relic Hunter was moving, but he was so. Paul wants them to make the 4 non-runner, which he could. Let's see here. We still have an inquiry. Interesting to see what they say here. We will keep that 6, 8, 1, 2. And the inquiry is on the 2. Oh. 2 and the 5 dead heated for. Let's see about the 4. 4 just didn't want to come out of the gate, I guess. Which is amazing. He was 2 for 2 in the mud. But only has run twice in the last years, and obviously tonight did not want to run at all. Yeah. So that was an interesting. I like that 4, but yeah, he did not run at all. Did not even want to come out of the gate. Christopher D'Souza, how are you, my friend? Yeah, the 2 dead heated for 4th or 3rd, Paul. Let me see here. The inquiry light has been taken down, folks. A dead heat for 4th between the 2 and the 5 is what we're. There was no change on that one. And just for anyone who is a Rams fan or their game has been moved from LA to Arizona due to the fires. So they will be playing in Arizona. So if everyone's close to Arizona, you can go see a football game. There we go. So Paul Danny in the 3rd for the TriCast. Oh, so close, Paul. Sorry, my friend. But we still have couple of races to go here where we can get right back in this thing, and I will hopefully bring us right back in as well. Thank you to everybody. 163 tonight. Love seeing y'all. Hope you're all staying safe. I know a lot in the country has been. We in Boston, we've been very lucky in the fact that we have some cold front that is making our lives hell when we're outside because we're like it's -4. But for some reason, it is pushing all the snow down out into the ocean. So we're not getting a lot any snow, which is I will take the cold over the snow. So I have no problem with that. I prefer warmth, but obviously the no snow for us, especially in January, is a welcome thing. Here's Tim back. We're gonna win this one, Tim.
Oh yeah, we got 2 left, Sean. We're gonna go 2 for 2.
Yeah. We are gonna go 2 for 2. Yep. And the 7th race is a 5 furlong. Oh, good. Go ahead, Tim.
No, I was just gonna say we're gonna get right back on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Amen. Yeah, 5 furlongs, allowance 46,000, purse 46,000. Yep. For accredited LA fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up, which have never won 4 races or which have not won 2 races in 2024. And let's see if we have any scratches here in race 7. Just yep, the 4 custom design is out. So
there'll be no custom designing tonight.
No, exactly. Yep, no. So and our heavy 4 to 5 favorite to start is the 4 to 5 guitar solo, star guitar, and Landry and Devin Mignon.
This one's yours, right, Sean?
Yes, it is. Yep.
All right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start out since you mentioned guitar.
Yep.
I had this one as my best bet of the night.
Yep.
I know Guitar Solo is coming off a layoff since May, but this horse has been running since her maiden race back in November. It's been nothing but stakes races.
Yeah.
And in one of those stakes races, 2 back at Evangeline Downs in the Acadiana, she won.
Yeah.
Okay, she won that race at 6 furlongs. We're going 5 here. And at the distance at 5 furlongs, she's only run that once, but it was here at Delta, her maiden race in a maiden special weight, and she won that race by 14 lengths.
14 lengths
in the slop.
Yeah.
In the slop. So I just think she's much the class here. I've got her as my best bet of the night, and I think the 5 wins pretty easy here. So underneath that, you're like, okay, then let's find a price. And I struggled to get beyond the 7 horse in here as my next play. And the 7 is probably going to be your second favorite and is currently sitting at 8 to 5. So you got 405 over 8 to 5. So I'm a hell of a handicapper here, giving you a 4 to 5 over an 8 to 5.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I just don't think you can get beyond those 2 horses. I think they're much better than everybody else in here. I think that the smart bet is just to play an exacta with those 2 or to play a try with those 2 and everybody. I will say that underneath of those, I do have a horse that's currently sitting at a little bit of a price, but the price is only because of the odds on the top 2. But that's a 6 horse currently sitting at 14 to 1, third off a layoff. This is a horse who also has done pretty well on wet tracks, bred to run pretty well on wets, doesn't have a win at Delta Downs, finishes underneath, but she is 6 for 7 at the distance. At 5 furlongs. So she's a little bit of a specialist, and she has run in a couple of stakes races, and she is stakes placed. So I think she fits in here behind the top 2 quite a bit, but it's not sexy at all in here. I think it's pretty damn straightforward, but 5-7-6.
Okay. Tim, you and I have done it again. We have done it again. All right. How many minutes? We got 18 minutes. 18 minutes to go?
We still got, quite a bit. 17 minutes.
Okay.
17 minutes now.
Here we go. What number, Tim, has been the bomb number tonight? It's been 8 and 6, right? They've been the right, exactly, in terms of the right.
Pretty
the
much.
6. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, we got Jansen Malenkon on the 6. Yep. And what do we have left here? How much money do we have left?
Oh, $52 for 2 races. We got
$52.
plenty.
Yep. Plenty left. Okay. And I'm looking right now just to see here. 5. Okay. 5, 7, 5, 8. Okay. Now, the interesting thing to me, Tim, here, and I don't know, right? Have you ever seen this before? Okay. The 5, right? The 5-8 is paying right now less than the 5-7.
Yeah.
That's quite unusual.
Yeah. Somebody hammered the 5-8.
Yeah, right. What I'm saying, but
Yes.
that's quite interesting. And the 8-7 is 13, which is so that, I mean, 8, yeah, the 8 and 5 is 11, which is, that's interesting for sure. Exactly. So let me see here. So this is an interesting. Carolina Moon, how are you? Has 5, 7, 6, 8. Let's see here. Okay, so this is an interesting race. We'll see them. They're not even on the track yet, so we'll have to wait here. But this is an interesting, definitely an interesting race for sure. On the 6, okay. But I definitely think the 6 can get up for a price,
I agree. I
Yeah.
put the 6 in third. I like Melancon getting up. It rides well here, and I think that definitely is a horse to be considered. If you're looking at the wheel pays for both the double and the pick 3 run 5, 7, 8, 6. And I like 5, 7, 6, but I can definitely see the 8. It makes a lot of sense. But those 3 horses, like in the double, as an example, Sean, you're talking 56, 57, 86, 120. If you look at the 1, 2, and 3, 500, 500, 500.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Yeah.
So definitely different odds between, you've got the scratch horse and the 4, between the four horses outside that scratch and the 3 horses inside. The 3 horses inside are really long odds.
Okay. All right.
Malathot's saying that he thinks the 8 should be favorite. Malathot, I'm going to strongly disagree with you. The 5 should be a really strong favorite in here. Yeah. And I think will be. I'm not saying your 8 can't win, but the 5 makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. There we go. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave you $34 for this. Yep. All right. Hit the button, Tim. I'm ready. And you want to put this in for me? I'm going to do a $1 tri-key box, 6 with the 5, 7, 8. So 6 has got to be in the try. That's $18, isn't it? I think.
Yes, I believe it is for $1. Yes.
Yep, for $1. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to hope that somehow the 6 or the 8 get up on the top. That is what I'm going to play for 18. That will leave us $34.80, right, for the last race for you to clean it all up.
Well, it'll leave a lot more than that after we cash this one.
Yes, exactly. Yep. That would be our play for sure. And thank you to everybody. Almost 170 people tonight. So appreciate always joining us for friends. Yeah.
So what's everybody else like out there? What do you got? Carolina
Yeah,
Moon is going to play a 5-6-7-8 with the 5-6-8 with the 5-6-7-8.
Yeah, there you go. Good luck, Carolina Moon. Malthus is 8-month layoff. Okay.
Yeah, 8-month layoff on a horse that's raced nothing but stakes races since breaking her maiden here against much better than any of these.
Yeah. Yeah.
And 2 stakes wins.
Yeah.
Class is class.
Amen.
And if you're talking about the layoff, it's like let's see if the horse is ready to run, Sean. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. On the 12th of December, she's 3rd of 22 on that 4 furlong workout. Then she goes on 20 December, 5th of 40. And she throws in a 31 December. Let's do a quick sprint. Best of 21 bullet workout, 36 breezing from the gate.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
I think she's ready to roll.
I think so too. Yeah. 12 minutes, 11 minutes to post. I don't know if anybody saw, I'm hoping Alex saw this this weekend. Centennial Farms had a very talented horse. Maybe you saw it, Tim. I don't know if you were playing Gulfstream at all this weekend. Enlighten won his 2nd straight turf race and really should be 3 for 3. He's a son of a City of Light, and he won very impressively in his race at Gulfstream, and he could be quite the nice turf horse coming forward. Edgar Zayas has ridden him twice to victory, and he said he was really, really high on him. So let's see how he moves going forward, but they are very high on him.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
One to keep an eye on for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Kyle Graves, how are you, my friend? Try wheel 5-7 with 5-6-7-8 with 3-5-6-7-8. Joe T's got an 8-6-7-5 super. Good luck, Joe. Bobby D's got 7-8 with 6-5-1-2 and win on the 3. Carolina Moon's got 5-6-7-8 to 5-6-8 to 5-6-7-8. So we can all kind of win together if the 6 all ends up in that try. And yeah, it's exciting. This is the fun time of the year now where we're getting into the prep races now. And
yep. So we got this Saturday to get through, and after that, it's like prep race after prep race. So
yes, exactly.
Exciting times.
Very exciting.
So starting next Saturday, we have the LeCompte.
Yes, very exciting. Yep. Very exciting.
So Don is picking the 8 on top of
8
the
on top.
5-7-6.
Okay, there we go. We'll take that. As long as the 6 is in with them. Tim, in the double with 5, who do you like in race 8?
In race 8, let me look at my sheet real quick.
Yeah, look at his sheet. Yeah.
So I've got a little bit. I think that you've got a horse in there who's probably going to be well favored, but the horse I've got on top is a 6. If I was just going to play a straight up double with 2 horses, I would go 5-6. I like the 6 spot in the last race.
Yeah. Yeah. And for anyone looking at the Notre Dame Penn State game, it is 0-0.
Where are they at in the game, Sean?
They're in the second period.
Okay.
And I think Penn State had a 4th and goal to Notre Dame 3. I don't know if they made it, but it's 0-0. Very exciting game. My mother is a diehard Notre Dame fan. So she is definitely rooting for Notre Dame. Yeah, and yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this is, and the horses are going to be coming onto the track soon. They're still walking around, kind of in this. The 7 minutes to go. It's probably with 7 minutes to go. I wonder if there's something with the track or something.
Yeah, it makes you wonder for sure.
Because they are still walking around without a jockey. Wonder if the rain's coming down harder than they anticipated. Guitar, yeah. It's amazing the job the Star Guitars have done down there. They just
really
win
is.
everything. It's amazing. And Dad was an incredible runner too, as well. So, but sometimes that doesn't always pass. But he's passed winner after winner after winner. Kind of like my buddy Juba up in West Virginia, just throwing those. And the funny thing is, Juba is gray. A lot of his babies are brown, which is funny. You know, he doesn't have a lot of white babies. You know, he was very white. You know, and a lot of his babies are brown. So, all right, Jen Ochoa's with Joe T. 5, 6, 7, 8 super box. Love it. We can hit that too, would you? Which is great. We'll all be happy. And if anyone didn't hear, not to surprise at all, that Santa Anita has canceled their Friday card tomorrow, and we'll move it to next Thursday because of the fires.
Yeah, and Oakland canceled all weekend because of the weather.
Yeah, their weather. Yeah, they get like 12 inches of snow, I think there. That's not something they're used to at all.
No, not at all.
It's so like, and I joked him, which is funny. It's so easy for us up in Boston. Like if we got 12 inches of snow, it would stink, but it's not the end of the world because we're all prepared for it. You know, when in these areas where they're not used to 12 inches of snow, that's a big, you know, the road preparation and what you have available, and you know, it's a whole different ball game. They just got your roads cleared today, right?
No, the main roads have been cleared for a couple of days. They're starting to work their way through the rest of the roads. I just got all of my stuff cleared. I've got a pretty big driveway and a couple of sidewalks and things, and I just got all mine cleared off last night. And now tomorrow we've got more snow coming in. So I went out today and got some more salt to throw down. So
there you go. Tim, you'll be very happy to know that I officially got my my plane ticket today for Lexington in April. I got my rent a car for April, and so I'm Zach. I always fly through Louisville because it's nonstop and it's a little bit easier, you know. But very excited to be coming back down to my friends in Lexington, Kentucky.
Sean, did you already hook up your lodging and everything, or are you waiting on that?
No, I did. I got one, just, you know, but we'll see how the group does or whatever. Yeah. But
you got something that's refundable, so
yes, I do. Yeah. Okay. No, I do. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have until 24 hours the day before the so yeah. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. So, yep, no, I'm good. So I'm excited to back for the bluegrass one more time.
Uncle Sully, the first weekend of April, we're going to be at Keeneland for Bluegrass Stakes.
Yes. And hopefully, God willing, it'll be a little warmer than it was last year when every morning was 30 degrees.
Definitely. It was a little chilly.
But
that is springtime in Kentucky.
Yes. Yep, exactly.
And with the cold winter that we seem to be getting, maybe it'll get warm a little early.
Yeah, that's what I say. You guys are due. Exactly. Yeah, and Star Guitar. Yep, here we go.
They're doing a little bit of Stevie Wonder on track.
I know, huh? Yeah.
Don't want to play that. They'll kick us off the air.
No, exactly. Exactly.
Yes, Tom. I will tell you, that's like a tradition with me. When I go to Keeneland, I start out the day by going and getting my Burgoo, grab a beer, have that, and then that typically gets me started for the day. You got to have the Keeneland Burgoo.
Yep. Nope. But yep. Nope. Those Northerners up there.
Sean, I almost think that in this race, the 5 was such a standout for me, but I almost think that in this race you can go 5, 7, all in the trifecta. That I feel that strongly about it.
Yeah. I just think the 6 could be interesting. Especially Zach, if everyone just goes for the lead, Jansen can maybe get him a little closer. That's for everyone who doesn't know. Jansen is the son of the ever famous G Money.
Larry.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So Larry's his uncle.
So is Jen Ochoa still in the chat? Because I have a question. Is she going for the 6 or for the 8?
Yeah.
Is she going for leading Jenny, or is she going for the Ocho?
There you go. Malathot got his plane ticket and Florida Derby tickets. Very nice, Malathot.
I was trying to convince myself to go down for.
The Pegasus. There you go. See White Abario.
I was trying to convince myself to go buy a ticket to go down for the weekend.
Yeah, no, I think he's got a very strong chance. I would like if you put like a thing to me right now, I would say like by a slight margin. I'm just saying by a slight margin. I think maybe Locked would maybe be the horse to beat, and then White Abario like the 1-2. They're 1-2, whatever 1-1A, whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Like 9-5, 2-1, 8-5, 9-5, whatever whoever you want to put on top. I have no problem, but I think they're definitely the 2 horses to beat. Senior Buscador loves 1 mile turns. He does not like 2 mile. He doesn't like the 2 turns.
And Sean, I don't think Saudi Crown is a horse to beat at all. And a lot of people are saying that Saudi Crown is the horse. And the thing that's interesting to me for White Abario is that they're also going to put Skippy in the race, and I don't think Skippy's a competitor for the win, but could definitely play into the pace scenario for the race.
Big time pace. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. And then we have the exciting Johannesburg coming in for the turf, which that will be exciting to see how he handles the East Coast. I think most likely your Eclipse Award winner, I would think, for his category. Had a huge year. A couple of Carl Spackler fans out there might disagree, but yeah, exactly. This is a first for him. Yeah, Cox has got 50 horses at Palmetto, so this will be interesting to see how he does at Gulfstream.
Sean, it's post time.
It's post time. Sonny Carleone, how are you? Says number 6. All horses will see only the tail. I like that. I like your thinking there. I like your thinking.
Let's go back up here for the people at home.
Yeah.
Try key box 6 with the 5-7-8.
Yes, sir.
Five is acting up a little bit in the gate, but they're all set. The 7th race at Delta Downs. Horses are in the gate. Cameraman still got the shakes.
Yeah.
And they're all pretty good start. Looks to be pretty even across the track. From the outside, the 8 is going to want to come out to the early lead. Down inside on the rail is the 2 horse. In between those two, you have the I believe that's the 5 horse and the
There's the
7.
5.
So
Yep.
out front,
5, the
the
7,
8
the
by
8.
about a
Everybody
3/4
rush.
of a length. The 7 horse is going to be outside that one. The 5 horse is going to be down on the inside of that one. It's another 2 lengths
22.
back to the 2. Susie Doll's Ready is racing in 4th. Then it's another 3 lengths back to the 3 and the 1, and everybody else up front.
The
Flashy
5 is
Meg
stopping.
went to the quarter, 22 and 4, Sean. They're flying
Yep.
up front. Flashy
Okay.
Meg
Come
has
on,
an
6.
early lead. Here comes Bayou Birdie and Guitar Solo just behind
Come
that
on,
one as
6.
they hit the top of the stretch.
Come on, 6. Come on, Jansen.
The 5 is starting to
Come
make a
on,
move to
Jansen,
the
you can
outside.
get
The
him.
6
Come
is
on,
flying up,
Jansen.
down, coming
Come
down.
on,
The 6 is
Jansen.
making a
Come
strong
on,
move. Here
Jansen.
comes
Come
the
on,
6.
Jansen.
It's going to
Come
be
on.
5, 8, and 6.
Yep. Well, did the 8 hold on there? No.
Yes, I think it's 5, 8, 6.
Oh, 5, 8, 6. Okay. Yeah.
So we'll have the try.
Okay. Yeah. Game effort there.
Oh, yeah. Really thought the 5 was much the best.
Oh, I was hoping the 8 would hold on there for us. 6 was motoring.
I think the 8 did hold on. It's
close one.
Oh, you mean for first?
Yeah, for first. Yeah.
I thought it was 5, 8.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
I mean,
it
it
was.
would definitely help us if it was the 8 over the 5.
Yeah, it would help us huge if it was the 8 for sure. I knew that 6 would be in there. That's why I keyed him. You know, I knew he'd be coming late. We got the 7 at least out of there. You know,
Absolutely.
that helps. Slow that down again. I think the 5 did, but you never know because that angle is so weird. Yep, 5, 8, 6.
5,
Okay.
8, 6, and 2.
All right.
All right, Paul, we're alive. We're alive in our double.
Yep. Alive in the double. Yep.
Our 5-1.
Yeah, the 5-8 paid less than the 5-7. That exactly may have just been just the way to do it. But that 6 almost got up there for us, or second,
We'll take the trifecta for $1.
Yep. Don't think it's going to pay huge, but I was hoping the 6 and the 8 would both beat him,
Well, and the 7 did run off the board. So you have, you have the second favorite that's off the board. So that's definitely going to help a little bit.
Who was 4th? Do we know who was the 4th?
The 2.
Okay.
5, 8, 6, and 2.
5, 8, 6, and 2. Yeah. Yeah, Tom, with all the cancellations lately in Oakland and all the slop, Brad did a little reverse and brought them all down to Florida because it's been so much rain and everything, Oh, Sully, awesome. Can't wait to see you, my friend.
Looking forward to it, Sully.
That would be fantastic.
Where are you staying, Sully? What part of Lexington?
Yeah.
I grew up in Lexington. That's my hometown.
That is his hometown. Yep. Not too far from the illegal Versailles. Flashy Meg.
It's official.
The
The
guitar
5.
solo.
Guitar solo is first. Pays 360, 280, and 210. The 8, Flashy Meg, is second. Pays 380 and 240. The 6 is third. Blessed Assurance pays 240.
Oh my God.
The show.
Trifectas pay nothing down there.
Yeah. The dollar
They're not even
trifecta
worth playing.
is going to return us $12.90.
They're not even worth playing.
Yeah, that's a joke.
What? The exacta pays $6.10 for $1, and the trifecta pays $6.45. What? Wow. That's wow,
Yep.
man. That's wow. Why would you even play that?
No, that's
you
bad.
get the 7 out, and the wow. Okay. was almost better just to play like a 5 over the eight straight with an exacta. You know what I'm saying? That would have been better.
All right, we got $47 to play this last
Okay.
race.
There you go. You're gonna get us home. Home in the last one. Home where the thoughts are sinking home.
All right, Griffin Gate.
All right, here we go. Race 8. Let's look at what we got here.
You know, Uncle Sully, when I was a young delinquent and the Griffin Gate Marriott was first built, it backs up to a neighborhood, which is where my grandparents lived and where I used to hang out. That's where I went to middle school. It was junior high school back then, but
yeah,
in that neighborhood. So know the area very well. You're definitely going to have to come downtown and hang out with us for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
I'm trying to watch this replay really quickly, Sean. I want to see what happened to the 7 because the 7 being out kind of surprised me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm still shocked that trifecta. That's a terrible.
Yeah, no, it's horrible.
That you can't make money for people that way when you're paying that with the 2 long shots out and the 7 out, you know, and you lose money. That shouldn't happen, but it is racing, so that is why they call it racing.
When they hit the top of the stretch there, the 6 was last.
Yeah, and I thought that he was yeah.
But the 5 was definitely the class of the race.
Good job, Mel.
Set the trip.
To take at Delta Downs is 25%. How? Wow. No wonder no one makes money. Wow, I didn't even know that, Tom. I would have totally my whole thinking would have been totally. I would have just done exacta straight with the 5. You know. Wow. All right. And see, when we don't do tracks like this, we don't really know them. You know, is that
Exactly.
Oh, well, I like the golf course. When my girlfriend and I first started dating, we ended up at Tony's, and we've been together ever since. Love it.
So if you went to Tony's downtown, that is my favorite restaurant in Lexington. Love Tony's.
There you go. Okay. So the last and race is 8th race, 7 furlongs, maiden 10,000, purse 16,000, and for maidens, fillies, 3-year-olds, and obviously the morning line person so far is thanks, Tom. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I learned my lesson there. I would have bet that a whole bunch of different had I known. 25% takeouts on trifectas. Oh. All right. Well, we are going to get the winner here in this last race. And that winner, excuse me, will be, my first pick is the 7 Special Strike. I did like this horse out of a Union Rags dam. I did like the fact that this horse ran against maiden special weight. And Tim, you often say, and this is what I like about this horse. Maybe I went for a little price. I like to go for the prices there in the last race. Is the horse came in 5th, but it was against maiden special, but did show something. He did make a mile bid and he hung, but at least against much better in the mud at Delta Downs. At least he showed, hey, I have some effort here, versus much better. I think the stretch out to 7 furlongs will be just what the doctor ordered for this horse. And it being out of a Union Rags, I think he needs a little bit longer than 5 furlongs. And so I really like this horse kind of at a value price. What are we at right now? We're at he's at 5-1. Okay, so he's right there. Second, and everyone should use this for our friend Jen meeting Jenny. Exactly. It's not the 8 horse, but exactly. But Vincente Del Cid is aboard. Antonio Alberto is absolutely on fire here at Delta Downs. Out of Indian Charlie, shows Shackleton. That should not be a problem. Was claimed. on the thing, 17% off the claim. I thought that was a very solid angle right there. And then the third horse, the 8 has been there all night. And look at the 8 being bet. Go Ishla, Angel Rodriguez, Cardoso. This horse, the one time he ran on a good track was against 16,000 at Gulfstream and came in third. First time Lasix, though. This trainer doesn't do well with that angle, and that's why I had him third. My fourth pick would have been the 2 if it was a fast track. I don't really. I mean, there's a bug boy on here, but this trainer and haven't done great, so I didn't like him. My fourth pick would be the 5. So I was 7, 6, 8, and 5. Kind of like the same last race.
Pretty close, pretty similar.
Yeah.
And, I was just looking at the will pay, Sean, and the will pays have the 8 in the double, the pick 3, the pick 4, and the pick 5. It's pretty much the 8 across the board. After that, it's the 7 in some of the wagers and the 6 in some of the other wagers. And then after those two, it goes to so it's 8, 6, and 7, 8, 7, 6, depending on which one of the wagers.
Okay.
But those are the 3 horses in the horizontals that took most of the money.
Okay. Huh.
And the one out of that we didn't talk about was, I'm trying to look right now, just behind those would be the 5.
Okay. Got it.
And that's kind of interesting because that's one of the horses that I have. So in this race, Sean, the play against for me was the horse that's actually the favorite.
Okay.
So the favorite in here is the 8 horse, who is currently sitting at 3-1 off a 6-1 morning line.
Yeah.
And to me, I was totally against the 8 in this position.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
This is a horse, first time Lasix. The trainer is 0% with that angle. The horse has not run at Delta Downs. The horse has not run at the distance, has 1/3 in one race at on a wet track. But I get that they're maidens and a lot of horses haven't done a lot of things, but that's a lot of things to overcome. So
yeah, I agree totally.
I'm just in a race like this, I am not going to take the current odds are sitting at 3-1, which is kind of a lukewarm favoritism, which makes a lot more sense. But as I kind of mentioned when Uncle Sully asked me about the double, I love the 6 here. The 6 is a horse that I put on top, and off a 5-1 morning line, we're still getting that. I think that's extreme value in here. Meeting Jenny, the horse only has 1 race. It was here at Delta, was claimed out of that race by Antonio Alberto, gets Del Cid up. These 2 have only combined for 2 out of 5 races, 40%.
Yeah,
the 2 times that they've hooked up. So they've done pretty well and been pretty successful. This horse, I think has, when you look across the field, and I've said this a lot in a lot of our broadcasts. Yeah. When you look at all the experienced horses, show me anybody in here to where the running lines look decent.
Yeah.
Most of the running lines, and I mean, almost literally across the board, everything's like double-digit lengths being beaten.
Yep.
And even the 8, who is the favorite, beaten 14, beaten 14 3/4, beaten 11, beaten 25, beaten 48. So it's like, I look at the 6 and I'm like, okay, this horse comes out first time out, throws a speed figure that's better than most everything in this race first time out, and is only beaten 8 lengths here at 6.5, and now we're going to go 7. Okay. Yeah. I mean, to me, there's a lot to like here. I think connections and upside and compared to the rest of the field, I just think that there's a whole lot to like.
Sure.
I I did go to the 7 Special Strike, your top pick, as my next
Yeah.
one. I think that this is another one that kind of figures here.
Yeah.
I was a little bit concerned that the horse is 0 for 3 at Delta Downs, and
Yeah.
basically 0 for 1 on them. But again, we're talking maidens, so you're always going to have a lot of offers. And the thing about it, and is that I like looking at speed figures and races and speed and races like this, especially for the maidens.
Sure.
And this is one that kind of fits. So the 7 to me was kind of the next, and to me, well over the 8. And even for third, I went to the 5. I went to Candy Girl Miss. This is another one that seems to be improving. Delta Down numbers are okay. Has a second, 1 second place finish and 7 lifetime starts. So the 7 furlongs is probably a better distance for this horse. Has a couple of races at that distance, and the 1 second that she has been at that distance. So I like her. I like her in here a lot. I would go with the 8 next, but I've got the 8 fourth. I just don't think that the horse, especially in a maiden race, when you look at everything else here, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I went 6, 7, 5, 8, and I like the 6 a ton in here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like him very much so.
Yeah. So we'll see what they look like. We still got 9 minutes. I'm watching them in the paddock right now. I want to take a look as they hit the track. They're showing the 8 right now. 8 looks okay. 8's 5-2 is your favorite at 5-2 odds, but kind of fighting the hot walker here a little bit. Don Stevens' picks are 8, 6, 7, and 10. So he does have the 6 that I like second. I love that. My top pick, the 6 is 9-2, the 8 is 5-2, and the 7 is 7-2. So my horse is third in the odds right now. I like that a lot. He's talking about meeting Jenny right now. This is a horse he likes second. He does have the 7 third. He doesn't have the 5 in there. He's got the 10 interesting at 12-1. Let me take a look, because that's not one that I had on my radar. So. Let's see. This is another one that's only had 1 start. It was back in October here at Delta Downs. Tommy Pompel. Hope he gets well and gets back out here soon. But horse was just soundly beaten in that race. It was a 50,000, maiden race, and now we're dropping all the way down to 10,000. But just not a lot to go off of. That 24 December work was okay.
Yeah.
But jockey trainer combo is okay, 17% overall. So definitely can't complain about that. But horse has been working at, the training center at Copper Crown. That's nothing to write home about.
Yeah. No, I like this 6.
I love the 6. I really do. I think the horse has the most upside in a maiden race like this. Take the horse with the inexperience, and the 10 is one of those as well. But I just think the 6, especially when you look that's not a horrible race.
No.
This is one thing, Sean. When I look at past performances, and I don't know how you look at them, but I've said this a couple of times. When you look at the comments in the past performances, you look over here and it says never close.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
At the half, the horse was 5th by only 3 lengths. How's that never close?
Right.
So I just don't understand some of the comments sometimes. So I really don't put any faith into the comments. I look more at the race itself and watch the video and use my own interpretation. Now, I mean, to me, that horse first time out, that's not a bad effort. That's not a bad effort.
Not at all. Yeah, no, not at all.
Faded a little bit at the end, but needed the race. Trainer definitely coming first time off a claim, 17%.
Absolutely.
Hooking up with Del Cid, who doesn't have a win tonight, who probably needs one to finish off the card here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And 4-1. I mean, Here's the question: Would their exact is so high the takeout?
Yeah.
You just go
Yeah.
win and
Takeout's
place.
great.
You just go win and place in the 6.
So Todd says 3 is fastest. By fastest, what do you mean, Todd? Because I don't have the 3 as being one that's going to contend for the lead. I've actually got the 5 as the horse most likely to want to lead, and the 8 behind that one. So the 5 to me is going to be the horse that's going to want to set the pace, and the 8 is going to be just off of that one. So I've got 5, 8 is wanting to set the early pace in the race for me.
Okay. Bob Jackson's got 5-8 with 3-9 exacta. Chris D'Souza's got 80 on the 3 to win, and a 3-9-2-6 exacta try box. I'll talk a little bit about the 3, please. Christopher says, okay, we will do that for you, my man. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, yeah, this is Jerry Maxpick, the Desired Fantasies, number 9 that he really liked. Yes, got to look at that one, too. Custom VKW. Carol Constantine. Okay, well, coming in for the fairgrounds. Ran against Bettor at 5 at Delta. Out of More Than Ready, out of Harlan's Holiday, could definitely improve on the wet, for sure. There, Chris. This group is wide open. No one's really done anything. Gets Ramirez, who's 12%. The trainer is 0 for 11 on the year. Or was 0 for 11 last year, and she's 0 for 1 this year. So I don't like. She seems to be on a bit. I mean, I guess you could say she's due, but
yeah, there's a whole lot of overs there, Sean. That was the one thing for me that stood out. I mean, the trainer's over the year. The trainer and jockey combination are over the times that they've hooked up. The first time with trainer stats, she's over. First off a layoff, she's over. She's got 10 races and she's over. In sprint races, she's got 9 and she's over. 3 races, she's over. So, I mean, that's a whole lot of zeros right there. I mean, I'd like to see something. And then when I was looking at speed figures in here, she's had 3 races at 3 separate tracks, and she like runs the same race every time. She runs a 12, 12, 14 speed figure. So she runs the exact same race every time. And those numbers aren't anywhere near the best runners in this race.
Yeah. As for Jerry's 9 Desired Fantasies, Tim Dixon, out of the Lemon Drop Kid, Code West, out of a Power Broker. So that should not be a terrible mud combination at all. Coming in from Remington, hasn't worked out since November. Not thrilled about that. You know, that you haven't had one work even on this track. That would be a little bit of a worry. Gets Berzer, which is and first time Lasix, but this trainer is 0 for 7 with first time Lasix. So this is not usually a strong angle for him. But if you like the 9, I mean, he's dropping, and I wish I could have seen a work or 2 on the track before he was here, but having not worked since November. But hey, man, anything can happen. And Alex Berzin, a very good rider, so I would have to see one from him. If he wins, fabulous for you, Jerry. I just don't like the way the horse is. What are we thinking here, Tim? 2 minutes to post.
Yeah, I was just saying that I was just looking up and looking at where we were at and everything. So, and we've got $47. There's no reason to leave any money left on the shelf. It's
our 6 is still 4 to 1, which I think is incredible.
So
6-7 pays. 6-7 pays $25 for $1.
All right, we got a minute, and they're gonna head to the gate. Sean, let's do this.
Yep. All right, here we go. All right. Todd.
What's that?
They said, okay, on further examination of 3 stocks. Hey, be nice. Chris has got him big. So he can run. You never know. Tim's putting in his bet right now.
It is going in. So
Here we go.
So here's what we're going to do. We are going to play a $7 exacta key box. We're going to key our 6 with the 5, the 7, and the 8.
Yep.
So if you look at it, 7 times 3, that's 21 each way. So that'll be $42. We'll have a couple of dollars left out of the bankroll, but we should cash this. Hopefully, I think we bring it home.
Yeah. And thank you to everybody for joining us tonight.
So again, if your bankroll is smaller, you don't have to play it that way. You can just play if you want to play a dollar, 6 with 5, 7, 8. That's $6.
Yeah.
So, but we're gonna key the 6. I really like the 6 a lot, and especially at the price. She is dropping a little bit. She's down to 7-2, which is currently the second favorite, which means she's dropping a lot because she was 4th favorite just a second ago. So she's taking late money, which is a good sign. I love the 6 here. I'm actually fading the 7. I don't want to exclude her from the wager just in case, but I think we can get the 7 out of there, who's currently the favorite, and maybe get the 6 with the 5 or the 8 here. So that's what we're going to go with. 6 with 5, 7, 8. It'll be 6 for every dollar you want to wager on that exacta key box. So 6 over those 3 and 6 under those 3. So we just need the 6 in the exacta.
Good luck to everybody in this final race. Excuse me.
And Paul and I have a double into the 6, so I want to see the 6 come out.
Yes, that'd be great. That would be fantastic. Joe T, good luck, my friend. 5 and 6 with 8 exacta.
They are loading them up for the final race of the night at Delta Downs. Race number 8 on the card. Got a few of them already in. Looks like we got about 4 more to load.
Yes.
Jockey is off of the 3 currently and now climbing back on board.
Yeah.
Coming in with the 5 horse. Gonna spin her around, and she's going in. Just the 10 horse left to load. She is all set. 7's a little fractious. And they're off for the final race of the evening at Delta Downs. Pretty even start. Down on the inside is a 1. But coming up on the outside, we've got the 7 and the 8 horse. Going to want to take us to the first turn. The 8 horse takes the lead by about 2 lengths. Stretching it out a little bit over the 7 in second. Going 3 wide into the first turn is a 5 horse. In between is a 6, and down on the rail is a 1 horse. It's another couple of lengths back to the 10 horse and the 2. And then up front, still Go Ishla has opened it up by about 5 lengths. 22 and 3 to the first quarter. She is absolutely flying up front for a maiden, going really fast. So expect her to come back to him. So the 7 Special Strike is sitting back in 7. Candy Girl Miss. Our girl Meeting Jenny is starting really to make her move. Here she comes. Here comes the 6 Meeting Jenny. She is really flying up front. Go Ishla is still out in front. She went to the half in 47 and 3. Go Ishla in front.
Come on, go get her, girl.
Jenny is starting to eat into that lead. We do have her on top and underneath, so
yes, we do.
We need to get her out front, though. Let's go. It is still going to be Meeting Ishla out front. Go Ishla. She is out front and going to hold on. It looks like the 8 horse is going to be much the best in here, but we are still going to cash. It's
We're
the
still gonna cash. Yeah.
in second, and the 3 horse is going to come late for third. So
Yeah.
we do get it home with an 8-6. We do have the 8-6 exacta for $7.
And the $1 pays $20.
Boom!
Boom, folks.
Only winners,
Only
Sean.
winners in the lounge.
Only winners.
Only winners in the lounge. He brings us right back. Look at that.
That's how we do it, Sean.
Yep. Look at that. Boom. Thomas, the formula. Boom. That's how we do it. We're kind of like the exactly the Texas kind of football team last 4th down we got it right there. Boom. Exactly. We hit the big one.
Yeah. Punched it in from the 1 yard line.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
Late in the 4th quarter here.
Yep. Boom.
We're going to go out winners.
Look at this, Sully. No deposit with his ADW this weekend. Boom. Love it. Love it. Thank you, Joe T. Great job by Tim. Todd, I hope you got that one, my friend.
Absolutely.
Great win. Only winners in the lounge.
And really interesting, though, Sean, that the 8 horse, it did end up going off with the favoritism because it was like it was going back and forth between a couple of horses all along the, the 7 horse was taking a little bit of money. But in the end, we still get our 6 coming in second. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Very good.
We did run good. Yep.
So $20, we're going to multiply that times 7. We're going to come home about 140 ish.
Yeah. Only winners in the lounge.
So we had 570 left over.
The minus 4 degrees has got my sinuses all crazy today. Our winds have been like 30 miles per hour, so it's been a nice combination. Not that we're complaining, though, compared to the rest of the. And again, to anybody out there who's on the California coast or has family out there, our thoughts and prayers are to everybody out there right now, and anybody in the Midwest, who's still.
It's official.
It's official.
In the finale at Delta Downs, not too bad for people that don't play this track on a regular basis.
Yes, absolutely.
We come in and we do okay. The $1 exacta does pay $20. We got it for 7. That'll be $140. So you add that to our bankroll and what we put, and we finished. We started off with a bankroll of $100, and we're going to finish up with $145.70.
Love it.
Not too bad.
In the lounge.
Not too bad at all.
Love it. And we had we had 200 people tonight. Thank you to everybody who joined us. Yeah, Chris, you did the exact. Oh, good. Okay, that's okay, Todd. But you played it for $1. Nice job, bud. Way to go. Thomas Blaine. Yeah, Chris Zuza always. Joe T. Fabulous to join us. Formula. Thank you for joining us earlier, bud. You were so close with your picks tonight.
Paul, always a pleasure to have you joining us from across.
Yeah, Paul, thank you so much. Uncle Sully, can't wait to see you in Lexington, my friend. That's very exciting.
Bob, we will see you next week, my friend.
Yeah, and then Todd, always a pleasure. Jerry Mack, thank you for joining us, my friend. Bob Jackson, always a pleasure. Tom, your insight is always very, very helpful. Bobby D, fabulous exact hit earlier, Bobby D. That was wonderful. Kyle Graves, always a pleasure to have you, my friend. Thank you. Malathot, thank you for joining us.
All right, so the weather is affecting a lot of people across the country. Make sure you stay safe, stay warm, be careful out there, and hopefully Turfway is back running next week, and we will see you all back here in the Cocktail Lounge next Thursday. Have a good one.